Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening for another episode of The Adventures of the Natural Ones. Again, I am Kenneth Moffat, aka Southern D&D on TikTok and the various streaming platforms as you see here. We are now on YouTube. Next comes Twitch. We're getting there, folks. So, as last time we started on this end, I believe we'll start on this side with a quick round of introductions for those of you who are new to our viewing platforms. This is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons live play that's been going on since September of last year. End of September. So yeah, it's about what 6-7 months now.
Something like that.
Yeah. Who knows? Something special might have only hit the 1-year anniversary of this game.
Actually, a little longer than that because remember Taylor's.
I keep track based on Taylor.
It's fair, yeah. So with that, we'll start on this side. Beck, if you'll kindly give us a quick introduction.
I'm Beck, and I am playing the half-elf Drake Warden Ranger Fenrir Nefarin.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Montel, the human bard rogue cockroach immortal.
I am Derek, Funky Derek on the Discord. I am playing Elrond, also known as Sandra, and I am the one with the cross that smites like a boss by harnessing the bitch slap of God. I am the cleric.
I'm Jeff. I am playing Grim Grizzlebrand, the barbarian. Not much else. I don't have any sort of fancy stuff.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. I am Rakara, the Emerald Dragonborn Divine Soul Sorcerer / Samurai Fighter. Maybe eventually Paladin. We'll see.
Tri-class, okay.
I am Ricky, and I play Finnegan Tenderfoot, the halfling wizard / rogue.
One level in rogue.
One row.
He actually
That rogue toad it.
And I am Southern D&D, Kenneth Moffat, the Dungeon Master and creator of the world of Faeterra, wherein these fellows adventure. So, when last we came together, you, after returning with Queen Raelith Alarith to Ilmaria, the capital city of Ilthalas, home of the High Elves, and the king choosing not to execute, but rather imprison her for her crimes, a almost happy conversation between Rakara and his father.
Almost.
Almost.
Pleasantries were exchanged and an invitation to come to Kralot was extended, but it was almost given as an invitation of duty. Duty. Sorry. Sorry. Look, guys, it's one of those nights. Just hang back and hold on. After speaking with the ambassador Karjan, Rakara's father, you were all made aware of a letter that Rakara had been given, which was written in the familiar hand of Haggerty, your dwarven friend from way back at the beginning of the game, owner of the Grey Oak Tavern in Port Blayven. The message simply said, Kieran's body is gone. A rush to gather supplies, the returning, once known as the Lucky Breeze, now the airship known as the Wyvern's Rest, was prepared for you. No cargo aboard, running at as bare bones as they could, taking the normal 4-week journey from Ilthalas to Port Blayven to just over, right about 13, 14 days, just at 2 weeks. You arrived at Port Blayven, welcomed by the guard captain, the night guard captain, Bellord Hemlock, and a surprised companion of his, wearing very custom armor. You saw that Donnie, the wolf companion of Kieran, had kind of been the best boy, kind of been drafted, as it were, as Hemlock's kind of second in command, helping out the Port Blayven guardsmen. You were taken to before the ship actually arrived, Grim seeking out Elrond, a conversation in which
Best role play I've ever done.
a great.
It was like you weren't even here.
I know,
It was a
right?
whole
Just
other. It was actually your character.
You were so immersed in your
completely
character.
dissolved into your character, sir.
a very mournful and grief-stricken Grim, seeking the console of the cleric of death. The two of them, a deep conversation within the hold of the airship, one that left Mr. Grimm walking out a little bit lighter than he walked in, and drunker. Upon reaching Port Blayven, Baylor Hemlock taking you into the now very much disarrayed, run-down, but your estate, sitting on about 4 or 5 acres of land, a large manor home, twisting gardens that have long since needed to be pruned, an old stable with stalls that probably have not been mucked out in years, but it's yours. A gift from the city, tax excluded for services rendered. You dropped what Fjodge had with you off, that now made plans to head to the Grey Oak Tavern for a meeting that has been hanging over you like a dark storm cloud this entire journey to Port Blayven. Any other questions?
You missed.
Any other questions, comments, concerns before we begin?
We don't have to pay taxes.
Just
I
to
like
make sure,
this.
did Finnegan end up telling us on the airship about the conversation with the Queen?
So you had the conversation, okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to make sure that my cleric robes are on. Outside of everything, hood up.
Got you. Okay.
We've been playing this all week.
By the way, for those who are watching new Dungeon Masters, I highly recommend you create a Discord for your players, because there is some great interactions that happen over the Discord in the downtime. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to sit and go, you fools, you have no idea what's going to happen to you. All right. As the carriage moves out of, so by the way, the residential district is known as the ward district. The higher district, the high ward district, where the elites, the wealthier, the middle to upper class live. The low district or the low wards, where the poorer aspects of Port Blayven live, out of like rentable style housing there. Your estate sits against the outer wall, right on the edgeway leading down into the lower district. So not one of the largest estates, but you are still well within the high ward district. All right. The carriage leading you from the wards, as it's called, through the edge of the coin district, the mercantile area. You see off in the distance the swinging sign of the Devil's Deal, people walking in and out of it. Moving past an alleyway that connects from the coins to the divine district known as Perdition's Row. A familiar memory kind of coming back to you at this moment. Turning now past what is the central, the governmental district where the council building sits. As you come now to the Candle District, this is the place of the taverns, a few residential homes here, but this is the more of the area you'll find the taverns, the theaters, that kind of stuff. And as you move through the dividing wall of the city, there in front of you, looking as though you just left it the previous day, people moving in and out of it. The stables behind it, freshly thatched roof and supports.
I know
Oh,
nothing about that. Nothing about
How's that
that.
stable looking?
It's nice. Much better than the way we left it.
Why did you replace the roof?
As Hemlock pulls the carriage in front of you and goes, if you six would like to go inside, I've got some business to deal with the local garrison house.
Good sir, do you ever sleep?
The last time I did, I see him kind of flex. The scars, what happened, still is present but fading.
God, I haven't done that long ago.
Let's just say, actually, it's only a little over a month since all that.
Right at a month.
Let's just say, until I can make certain that whatever Rimlor was the last of any corruption within my city, I won't sleep very well at night. Cal looks down. Corporal Donnie! Dismissed for the day. Just kind of like watches Donnie leaps down after you. You all step out and goes, It's good to have you guys home. Yeah! Move the carriage on. All right. You all now stand in front of the large wooden door leading into the Grey Oak Tavern. And from here, as you look in, you see the large center oak that acts as both a middle structure and the symbol of this place. There is music, there is warmth. You've gotten here a little bit toward the latter part of the afternoon, so the lunch rush in full swing. Don't do perception checks.
Perception. Ooh. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Oh, that's so good. 17.
Okay.
17.
4. Did anybody not meet a 12?
Wow.
Okay.
For once,
If
all
it would have
saw
been anybody,
something.
it would have been me.
So as the door opens and you smell the aroma of fresh baked bread, of skewered meats, you kind of begin to see, start to walk in. Your eyes look around, they stop over the main fireplace, where you see a sight you haven't seen in some time, of a simple wooden compound bow as a place of honor atop the fireplace. The bow Kieran had before he got the thunder bow.
That was fun.
The oath bow, yeah.
Okay.
One actually was the bow he had even before that, the original, because he sold the oath bow.
Oh, okay.
This was his first, this is the one he had originally when you first met him, the simple,
Oh, okay.
simple bow. Place of honor above the fireplace, with a little plaque that just reads in memoriam. For those of you who beat if you beat the, so I guess you all beat the 12. You notice that this place it's very busy, but the waiters and waitresses, you can tell something is off. Like they look more haggard than normal. And you see you hear familiar. You hear familiar. 1 second, I'll be with you in a moment, lads. You turn to see Haggerty sitting, kind of setting out, acting as a waiter, setting out food and such. And you hear, I swear, if I get my hands on that lad, I'll wring his fucking neck. So he goes, what can I do for... Lad! He like throws the tray, runs and grabs all that he can. Just like, you feel the power of his old dwarven form, just, even like Grim, you just kind of...
What's going on?
Yeah, that's what it's like. Montel sees kind of just shoves it all right.
Montel shoved that right in.
hell's going on here?
You not to get in this grass.
As he
Yes,
just,
sir, Grim.
lads, who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Haggerty.
I'm Elron.
It's nice to meet you.
You too.
Just kind of steps back and goes, Greenborn, I've met members of your order. Welcome to the...
They've come through.
Occasionally, and look, I didn't spend all my time in Port Blayven. What are you... You got my note.
Naturally.
Yeah. Just kind of...
Natural.
Just kind of stops and... Ciara, you watch as a new waitress steps up. A female dragonborn. Her scales this light pink amethyst color. She steps up. Yes, Haggerty. I know it's a bit of a rush right now with Arion not coming in. Could you kind of keep an eye on yes, sir. I'll take. Just please don't be long, Haggerty. Of course, lads, if you'll all come up, bring your companions up to my office, please. I'll bring drinks up.
Coffee for this one, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Come on, Donnie. And I'm going to scratch behind his ears as we walk up.
They just walks up after you.
You got the same height and everything.
Yeah.
Same height and all.
All right, so you move up familiar staircases, passing passing a larder that now contains barrels and crates, but at one point was the kind of back room of your former friend. Donnie stopping for a moment, kind of glancing at it before putting his head down and moving forward. You move up the wooden staircase, still seeing the pin marks in the wall of the game of darts.
Good times.
Were you there?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if I remember right, you two are the only really characters that have been here the
Original.
whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Because like I think because really the Orions are like for 1 or 2 games, and then yeah. And anyway,
Whoever that is.
yeah. So you find the door to his office open. Step out the large window overlooking the Grey Oak Tavern. You see. You see that business is just booming here right now, and the wait staff appears to be having trouble kind of keeping up with everybody. You see rushing around, pouring drinks, rushing back to food, taking it out. As you hear familiar footsteps as Haggerty walks up carrying a large tray with several mugs on it, a couple of big pitchers of what looks to be some sort of beer. As he steps, goes, "Oh, forgive the hassle, lads. One of our waiters didn't show up today." He kind of sits it down.
That's a shame.
The work economy's been rough out
It's look. He was supposed to. This is the 4th time he hasn't showed up, though. He's really putting me in. I like the kid. Althear is a nice kid. It's just anyway. That's.
Is it 4 in a row, or does he seem to have an excuse each time?
No, he just hasn't shown up for the past 5. I sent Hemlock around to check on him. Apparently, his house is all boarded up and everything. He said that he'll try to put some resource to looking for the kid, but it's Port Blayven. He lives in the lower wards, one of the rentable room. They come and go. It's probably some pass-through work that he just figured he'd take a little coin and leave.
We might check on that.
It's nothing important.
Yeah,
Lads, sit down! Like the roar of a command as he just kind of sets.
Yeah.
Please. So he just looks at formally where he said, "Please." So you start setting out cups, kind of nods. If you're traveling with these 4, you can use all the alcohol you can drink. So
Oh,
he begins
come on, not that bad.
he begins to pour out
Whoa.
this beautiful golden draft.
Mm.
So he goes, takes and just looks, kind of looks out across where you see from his office the bow almost in a perfect line of view. He goes, "To fallen heroes."
Good.
Just kind of. I'll be honest, I only sent the message a little over 2 weeks ago. I didn't expect you to get back so quickly.
Quite frankly, neither did I.
We had favorable winds.
Yeah, and it seemed rather important, so.
So
When did?
it's all right, lad. Ask the question you want to ask.
Was this first discovered?
Like I said, about 2 weeks ago, every evening after the doors close, when the dinner rush leaves, I leave the workers in charge and I take the stroll out to his grove.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times Donnie accompanies me and we go there, we spend some time with him. I leave a mug and a bowl of peanuts for him. We just
Even though it's
we just sit and enjoy each other's company. And then we return back. Well, it would be about 17, 18 days ago. Right before I wrote the letter, I went out there. See, his face kind of tenses. And there was a gaping hole. His coffin and everything had been taken. I immediately alerted Hemlock. They found wheel tracks, but they only fled for so far outside of the city before the ground became too hard to follow. Said he thought they might have been leading somewhere toward the south, but there's so much southerly of here, there's no question. He still is running himself ragged. The man hasn't slept since I first told him what happened. He's running himself ragged, trying to see if any of the city council has any idea what happened.
Well, we have some idea. We just got here. About what time did Haggerty you go out?
When that previous evening, I get there right around 8 o'clock. I'll sit there till about 9,
Mm.
and I'll return home. That previous evening, I remember, actually, I do remember I had to get a little bit later. It was the first night that, Faeterra didn't show up. He did not show up that night. I had to help a little bit. When I got there, it was empty.
Mm.
And it came, at first I thought maybe he had something to do with it, but he showed back up the next day, acting normal.
Mm.
Seemed shocked that about when I told him what happened.
Mm.
Just, I don't know what. I've called every favor. I've asked. I asked Halifar. No one knows anything. I've thought about maybe reaching out to the more, shall we say, clandestine groups. I wouldn't even know where to begin to locate them. I'm pretty sure the coterie doesn't want to speak to me.
It's probably for the best.
Considering the last time they showed their heads here, I was cleaning their splattered blood off the floor for the better part of a week.
That was a good fight, though. Well, we're here now, and I believe we can take care of this to the best of our ability. We have some new members that have.
Out of curiosity, did
Interesting abilities.
Altair, did he ever leave anything of his here around here?
Oh, yeah.
Most of my workers have a small cubby or locker where they'll keep coats and things. They know when they first arrive here, I give them an apron and some work clothes. And if he didn't have anything, it's still be there. It's back in the kitchen, just off the side, a little small room in there.
All right.
What are you thinking?
I know what he's thinking.
I know what he's thinking.
I do. I'm fucking stupid.
You're
Oh,
not
don't
stupid.
say that.
It's
Don't
just
say that.
look.
Yeah,
It's
come on.
like
You're
the
just
discussion.
smart with hitting people.
You're.
See, it's
This
different
is
smarts.
this is a magic
I'm not
based
brain
thing.
smart, I'm hand smart.
Yeah, hand smart. That's the way to
Yeah.
go with it.
Well, it's good to see you.
It's good to see all of you as well.
Under, I hate these circumstances.
And it appears that recently these circumstances are becoming more and more common.
Well, the gods be crazy.
God be damned for all I care.
Oh, we might all be for too long.
What?
What?
I mean, general dour outlook.
Ah,
I didn't know Finnegan was a cynic.
I didn't know you knew how to say cynic.
It was a word I learned. I believe it's spelled SINEC.
Close enough.
Pretty close.
Take a pour of inspiration, Grim. See, Haggerty just kind of chuckles. It's good to have all of you back. I would offer you lodging again, but I received word that I speak to now landowners in the city of Port Blayven.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very nice place too.
Oh,
Except
Yeah,
for
we
will
might
be.
still need the rooms for at least tonight.
we need at least 20 goats.
Yeah.
20 goats.
They
You
do that.
may want to speak with the farmers' guilds then. They may be able to help you with that.
Are they in? Do they have offices in town?
Well, I mean, there's the farmers' market that takes place during the day.
Perfect.
It happens every weekend.
Said was.
Roll me a straight luck roll. We'll see how close it is to
Can we
one.
send that Monday in the Discord?
I heard that. I took the
notifications
of this
6. No, you're at this point. You're in the fresh start of the week, so it's going to take at least 5-6 days for the weekend rolls around. But during the weekend, the big farmers market and the bazaar, that's where you want to speak to them. Your rooms are still as you left them. I hadn't the heart. Even that one that Bravendil used, it's still there. Wow, just shade left and right.
I try to repress the memory of that.
You all look to see Ricard over there, eyes starting to twitch.
You have no.
It's like a little anime thing.
No.
The little anime man.
Yeah, just.
I'm as clueless as Finn, and that's okay.
Perfect.
He was nice. He talked funny.
Well, you'll excuse me that starting to pick back. I need to get down there again.
Of course.
Yeah.
As he stands, you hear the obvious quiver in his voice. He gets the door and he stops and goes, I know he was a brother to you. That little crazy halfling was a son to me. Find where he is. And when you find who did it, put him in the ground under him. And you watch as Haggerty just kind of moves down the stairs. So
Believe me, what I'm going to do is this to his neck until his head falls off.
you realize at this point, you realize that you just crushed the metal mug in your hands.
No. Shit.
There's an extra. Just take one of the pictures, honestly.
So, what are you gonna do from this point?
I will go down and check the cubby he told me about.
Okay. One of the is actually Ciaria, the amethyst dragonborn female. She as well. It's right in there. As you step in, it's about 8 of them. There's just these. Think the old like football locker style.
Yeah.
Large cubby, a little area in the base to put like some personal items. Not really. It's not because what he gives them is a simple overcloak and like an overcoat and an apron. So you don't actually have to change clothes.
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check.
I'm going down with him.
If you want more roll, you can either roll one as well or give a help action up to you.
I have a 0. Can I go?
You want to just give me a help action?
Yeah, I'll give you the help
Okay.
action.
You say they seem busier than usual.
Yes.
So figure out what's going on, any rumors or anything. Just
That, ladies and gentlemen,
You need to go with.
with advantage,
Ooh.
is a natural 20
Ooh.
for a total
Super crit.
of 32.
Super
Damn,
crit.
son.
So, is there any of the kid's hair or anything along those
There's
lines
like
that would have fallen
there's a
on
baby
the coat?
toothbrush in there.
Well, actually, you will find because, like I said, this is in this time of the year. You're starting to get out of summer and into the earlier part of autumn, especially off the coast. A good cold sea breeze occasionally. You do find a woven style beanie or hat. There appears to be a few strands of hair in there.
Now, I got a
Did Donnie
question
come
for
with
you.
You did actually.
You're emerald, right?
On your
Yeah.
natural 20.
Alright, so
There is
if you were
a
to
small
say, just
empty
theoretically,
pouch, and you see
hook
on
up with
top
her
of the
when you make a
back
topaz.
of the foot
It
locker
doesn't
area
work
at the
like
bottom.
That's not.
No,
As
it
you
doesn't
pull
work.
it out, you
I
see
don't know how your scalers work.
something. Actually, for you, this is
My
perfect.
mom
You recognize
was
this
a blue.
instantly.
My dad was emerald.
It has the mark
See
of the
how I
banks, specifically a
That
bank,
doesn't make sense.
the bank branch of Iron Haven.
But you made
It's a symbol
What
you
color?
know because your own personal coin
Right.
purse has it.
Hmm.
It's empty, well worn, but and it's very odd that a money bag from Iron Haven would be down here in Port Blayven. So at this point, I realize how my city names actually rhyme. That's okay. And it's not like one where you would.
Dust.
What do you see, Holmes?
The bag is one that it's not like you get a large amount, but it's almost like it's what the bank would give for someone who takes a large amount of gold out, and then they need if you need to partition the smaller amounts, they would give you some of these bags to kind of put smaller amounts of gold in to make transfers with.
Either he's from Iron Haven or he's been in contact with someone from Iron Haven. This is from a large bank.
Well, we have some time tonight. I can see what I can find.
Where'd Donnie go?
It's fair. Let me roll for Donnie with advantage. Says,
Because wolf.
Would you like to verify my first roll with this brand new dice?
Ooh. Very nice.
It is also a natural 20.
Woo!
Nice.
Follow the same boy. Sam.
Oh, you got one.
Donnie, okay. Donnie, you notice, okay, so there's also a traveling cloak hanging up in here as well. That's what Donnie is currently kind of sniffing. And if a wolf could have what is known that look of recognition, he just growls at this cloak.
Ranger. Not there. You ever speak with animals?
I do.
Did you come down with them?
Did I come down with you?
I don't know. That's up to you.
That's up to you on that.
Sure.
You would have seen Donnie walking down with them.
All right, everybody meet us outside.
Okay.
And because this is evening time.
Late afternoon.
Late afternoon, about at most at this point, been over maybe an hour or two, so getting to like 2, 3 o'clock. Evening, not that far off,
Okay.
because latter summer days are getting kind of starting to get shorter.
Okay.
My too is like tuning his lute, and he's like, aw. And he just
Yeah,
comes
I'm gonna-
outside. No,
I'm
this
gonna-
is
As we
Trying to
exit the
talk.
kitchen, I'm gonna grab a couple of rolls.
Yeah.
Grim's in the middle of trying to talk Ricard into talking with Ciara.
Yeah, we heard the genetics and the color theory going on over there.
No, it doesn't. No, Grim, no.
But would you still make beautiful babies?
Look at the quality of scales. Look at the quality of scales.
Oh,
Obviously.
The fact that you're a Drake Ward, that's like.
Look at the quality
Yeah.
of company.
Quality of working on the
company.
animal
What? I'll be your
husbandry over
wingman.
here.
Anyway, outside.
All right.
All right.
Ricardo doesn't take the express
We'll
route.
find him one.
All right.
We struck out on the airship. We struck out at Haggerty's. We'll find him one.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
are
there's
now.
like a billion of them, right?
Oh, that's why he's so mad at Brobendale. I forgot about that.
Yeah, go on the ship.
All right. You all
Had
ascend
nothing to do with any of the stealing. Nothing else.
$500 million gold
Purely-
piece. Stop. Nope. Just.
Purely cock block.
All right. So, you all meet out back behind in the recently refurbished stable area.
So we need to go to Kieran's grave,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we need to take Donnie with us.
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Donnie recognized the scent from this coat, and he didn't like it.
No.
Okay.
Does the coat look familiar or anything? Or it's just
This is the coat that the kid. Just want to make sure I get his name right. Alfiar. The kid. Althiar. Alfiar.
So close.
That's the coat. That's like his normal coat going back and forth. Like that's the coat he would wear home and back to work.
I have other suspicions, but okay.
Yeah.
I think me and you are having the same suspicion.
Probably. And it takes like an hour to get out to the gravesite
Uh,
on foot, or
On
just-
foot, it'll probably a little closer to 2, but like on a cart, just a not brisk, but an average cart right out there is about an hour.
Is there a part
I mean-
we can?
Oh yeah, that's.
I mean, we also own horses.
Yeah, is our
We-
still here?
yeah.
Actually, it is. It
we-
is
we
still
own-
behind in the stable. Yeah.
Oh, I'll jump in the seat and
If
yeah,
that's the
hook
case,
horse
then
up,
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
sit in the back. of the car.
Ricardo jumps into a cart that has nothing attached to it. The cart is just out. The horses are in the stable.
Now,
Grim.
I said,
Grim,
when I
be
said
careful.
that, I
Just
said-
bite on this.
I've said this once, I'll say it again. Fuck you.
Not saying you see Finnegan with the whip.
That part was not my
You little
idea.
man.
I got a little bit of. I'll grab a horse.
Yeah, as you the horse
I
is
haven't
remembering
punched
you
a
as
kid
you
before, but you're not a kid.
as you connect the horse ranger's bridle. Within a few minutes, especially with an actual ranger with you, easily able to get the horses attached to the cart.
can have Donnie jump up in the lane.
That's kind of shade because every time I've rolled ranger things, it's been single digits.
Tonight's a new day.
Tonight's a malevolent road because all the shit I was supposed to be good at, I was doing real shit.
This is the hard top one, right?
Actually, yeah, this is your old
Cool.
top one.
I get back on top. I get my designated area.
They are snoopying.
Roll me a perception check.
Not claustrophobic.
Natural one. There
Woo!
it is.
Okay.
There it is.
So, as you climb onto the top of the roof, the cart begins moving out into the cityscape. Montel?
Yeah?
Something's not starting to smell right. You're pretty sure something may have been using the top of this roof as a home, and you just...
I cast prestidigitation on the top. The top of the cart will be clean by the time we get there.
What about you?
I will be clean by the time we get there too.
You all hear
Prestidigitation
Montel? As Montel jumped up, there was a faint...
Montel is cleaning it.
All right.
So while we're riding, since we've got a cart, I'm gonna take the hair out of the beanie.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit there, find my little spot, take my 10 minutes,
is walking in.
and I'm gonna try and scrown out there.
Okay.
He has +5 to the roll because I only know him second hand. He has -10 to the roll because I have a hair.
I have a hair of his. This is it. Oh, is it wisdom to resist?
It is wisdom.
Okay.
I do believe that's what just a minus.
That's leaner.
No, it's a -5.
That's what I said.
Oh, that's just a 1.
Well, it's an odd total is -5. 6 minus 5 is a 1.
Ooh. All right. So same rules as last time. I can see and hear up to 10 feet around him.
You see a dark room, wooden walls. You see one of them appears to be shuttered, but light streaming in. Roll a perception check.
That is a 24.
Yeah, that's direct sunlight. That's a western-facing window. You hear on the 24. You hear the sound of gull calls, of ships rigging very faintly. You get a sense that he's maybe somewhere close to the docks. On 24. Let's see.
And what is the state of him?
He is currently laying on top of a bed. Around him, you see are several other bunks. He's the only one here right now. He is laying there, hands by his side, eyes closed. On a 24, I'll give you a shot. Roll me a personal luck roll.
You got this.
That's an 8.
You can't use this first
Nothing
on
really
that?
else stands out, just kind of laying there. Actually, on a 24, though, he is laying there,
Is his chest moving?
but his chest is not moving.
Does it seem like the same light as what we're seeing currently?
It does, and how long does that last?
I can hold it for 10 minutes.
On my roll on 10 minutes, you hear a faint Port Blayven guards, open up in there. Open up, there's someone in there.
There's nothing I can do to interact with it.
You hear, can we just break? No, the day captain will have our badges and our asses. We didn't have a warrant for this. It's just some bloody kid. Let Hemlock deal with it. Well, he keeps asking about the dwarf. And look, I know what happened to the dwarf with his friend was sad, but we have our jobs to do. Come on, Corporal. We should kind of stop for a moment. Open up, Corporal, come on. All right, fine, Sergeant.
And I don't know any of the guards because I
Correct.
was basically thrown in the cell immediately after getting here.
But the names, like Hemlock, that stands out to you, and obviously they did say
Hemlock the dwarf, and then
Port
Sergeant,
Blayven guard, yeah.
Corporal, and Sergeant.
And on that, you're pretty sure that you were scrying somewhere within the city.
Well, the kid's still here. Most of him.
Which part?
The physical part.
Oh, isn't the day captain Gravis?
Gravik. Gravik.
Yeah.
Gravis.
They kept in Gravik.
I think that's who Queen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did she
That was
mention
corporal with
a
sergeant,
rank?
captain.
Was day captain, but
They did say the day captain would have their ass
Yeah.
for breaking in without a
You
warrant.
know that in Port Blayven, the way it's set up, you have what's called the city marshal, who is over both the military and the guard force. But they give most of the direction of the guard force to the guard captains. The one for the day, one for the night shift. So that is Gravik and Hemlock.
This will work on a dead body.
interesting.
Save it for later.
We'll work on a dead body.
If that's the case,
You just told he wasn't breathing.
Correct.
To that extent, that tells me that works on a dead body. In my mentality,
Just want to make sure you meant the scry effect. That's what I was
yeah,
asking about.
the scry effect.
Okay.
well then I guess we don't need to go to the graveyard.
It still might, just in case.
How much? Where are we at in relation to the docks?
Okay, so let's drop the map out here for you. If this is the gate here, you're leading out. Well, it'd be more like you're leading out this way to the eastern gate to where the grove is. The docks are on the opposite end of Port Blayven.
Okay, so
docks
we would
would
have
be
to
here.
turn around and go the other
Yeah.
way.
The lower wards swing down here. The high upper wards are up here. You have the Divine District, the Center District, where it's the government buildings, the Coin District, the what's known as the Boneyard, the Garrisons area, and then the Coin District. I mean, I'm sorry, the Candle District. The Candle District is where that eastern gate leads directly into, and then the Perdition's Way.
Did your tavern keep friend happen to have access to information on where this kid usually stays?
Just said somewhere in
You
the
said,
lower
yeah,
wards.
He said the rentable housing
The rentable,
on
yeah, room in the lower
around
ward.
the docks.
Oh, if the guard knows where he lives, then we can just ask the
Yeah.
guard and find out where the house is.
Well, actually, in technicality, the way that Haggerty told us, when they went to check, the house had been boarded up. He is still inside where they knew him to be from the way that looked.
So,
I don't know, by the way, this is my fault, I didn't enunciate it. The house was boarded up from the inside. Like the door was barred from the inside. Those shutters were shuttered from the inside.
And the house that he was referring to was boarded up from the outside.
No, it was still boarded up from the inside.
Okay, so he knew.
I'm sorry, that was me on my notes, I want to make sure I got that
Okay,
across as well.
so it was boarded up from the inside, so he was trying to stop something from coming in. That makes
That's a
this
lovely
worse.
thought. That's a
Yep.
lovely thought.
So the gravesite might not be a bad idea to continue to right now.
Yeah, let's make Horsey go a little
yeah, let's
faster.
double time the horse.
All right, so with that simple, to move forward, turning, so less than 45 minutes at this point, you arrive at a familiar grove of trees.
You're gonna eat lightning and crap thunder.
I already do that.
You
I told you to not eat the spicy
You
stuff
step
like
out,
that.
It's so good.
moving through the underbrush into the open clearing. This small grove of trees may be the size of a football field, not very big. And there in the center, a familiar headstone. And you see not fresh, but a hole. The entirety of the coffin gone. It does not, actually, whoever would like to roll investigation.
Yes, please.
Everybody?
Even with my -1, Grim is going to get in there.
You know what? Can I send Ren up in the air?
Yeah, sure, that's fine,
Anything?
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Okay.
No, it's a 7.
Oh, okay.
Minus.
What's the
No,
sewage rate
it's an 8
stats?
-1, so
Okay.
it's
Oh,
7.
no, okay.
So he basically jumps down in the hole and starts digging.
Stop! You're contaminating the crime scene.
23.
8.
They
I
do
get down
this-
in there with Grim.
Okay.
16.
16.
They could have just buried him deeper.
That's a
No,
natural
look at the
20
way
and
the dirt
total
is.
23.
Okay, for
David.
28.
28. Okay, so she's gonna get to hers. We'll see what she shows. Who beat a 17? And you had a what?
16.
A 16. Okay.
Oh.
So close.
You do see, like, as you manage to get them. So you're more about getting them out. There are tool marks.
Okay.
What you two notice is that there are tool marks from a shovel and a spade. There were 2 different tools used to dig this out. Leading you to believe more than one person. I'll let you know if you want. With your goggles, you see the only magic in this area is the magic of the consecration, which would have kept him from being resurrected as the dead. And inside the hole, there's still the residual magic of gentle repose, which is what you remember that the High Cleric enchanted the coffin with to protect the body. You never switched coffins,
Nope.
so the entire time Tyrion's body has been kept in a perfect condition.
Mm-hmm.
Is the amulet, the consecration amulet still there, or is it gone too?
Did you where did you leave the amulet? Was that like on top of it or within the coffin, or?
I would have probably left it on top of the call.
Then, yeah, you would on the rolls you would find it kind of discarded off to the side.
I'll pick that up then.
Actually, that's interesting. 1 second, I gotta make a roll.
Ooh.
That is a total of a 7. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, I was trying not to.
I was
Well,
trying.
make a perception check. This is
Perception?
something- yeah.
It won't be anything. It's
Use inspiration. For God's
Sure, I'll
sake.
use inspiration.
Please.
That didn't help at all.
Okay.
So, perception?
Perception. Yeah.
12.
As you pick it up, you notice it has some weird kind of like almost like some sort of grime or something caked on the back of it. Just kind of you start to brush it off the amulet. It's like something that's like stuck to it.
Right.
Why are you contaminating evidence? Why is everybody touching shit?
So do you yell at him?
Yes, because I've already had to drag them out of a hole. I'm watching everybody.
My bad.
I
Stop.
want you to
Take it.
roll me either perception or religion.
Perception, 100%.
Cleric
Fuck
doesn't
religion being in intelligence.
have-
Ah!
You may have a thing.
I'm trying to see.
Actually, because of what this is, and I'm not giving something away by doing that, roll with advantage. I love how every head just went.
I'm so glad that I switched
Yep.
advantage.
Yeah, that's still going to be a 15.
On a DC of 15, as
Oh.
he wipes away the last dredge of whatever that was, you saw. Well, you almost it looks like you not saw, but so much you sensed undeath. As you watch, as whatever it is, just kind of like is blown away in the wind. You get a sense that something undead touched that without realizing it, and that grime was flesh
Yeah.
charred onto.
So I'm gonna ask for the amulet just so I can see what it is, because I don't know what this amulet is. I just know like I said, people picking shit
Yeah.
up and moving it.
You would feel the consecration magic
Yeah.
from it. That much you would be able to sense.
I forget what god it's from, but it,
The ammo would be from Morwen, the goddess of healing and wisdom.
So something came to get him that had already gone.
did Bryn say anything with her 23?
She did. She saw, and what she's going to lead you to, there are large drag marks leading through the grove to a area where the grass and kind of it's where the cart path. But what she finds, what she brings to you, is a silver part of it's like a shield, like a family's emblem, a heraldry part. It looks like that as the cart was going to leave, it like maybe it bumped against something, or the coffin hit something and knocked it off, and it broke this part of broke this part of a family crest off. It's this deep. What all you see is the bottom half of a strange, almost like glaive style blade, the hilt of a rapier. There's the jagged, broken part, and you see the bottom part when you go to be the letter G, and this like bright silver on a black shield, but the other half of it is broken.
Does it look familiar at all? Or
Only a history check.
Do you show that to everyone?
sure.
Can I make a history check?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mr. plus 8, 7 plus 8.
8 plus 8.
Just for fun.
I'll do.
That was fun.
Just for
27.
fun, 3. 20. That was fun.
Plus 8 gets you a lot of places.
I didn't roll in history.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I've never been here.
What were the rolls?
27.
23.
3.
Looks pretty.
History nerds. Yes.
I read a lot of books.
While possible, the DC was 30. But on a 27, I will give you something. This is old. Like hundreds of years old. The age on the metal, the crack itself is fresh, but only a few weeks. But that, you see on the back that it fell because the rivets that attached to the wood basically around it pulled free. You see what looks to be almost the remnants of dark ebony wood. Whatever this is, it was expensive and fancy at one point in time, but now it's barely being held together. It's like an old, you almost get a sense of an old family carriage.
When realizing how old it is, hey Finnegan, you mind checking to see if there's any magical remnants on this? If it survived that long, there might be something casually on it.
Roll an Arcana check. With advantage. Because I know what your eyes do. Your special eyes.
It's a piece of 7.
What do your eyes see?
What do your halfling eyes see?
Everybody's butt, because that's as tall as I can see.
29.
29. The several enchantments on there, most of them are protection of, there's some that are supposed to help with stealth. You see an enchantment of haste to kind of help this thing move faster. There is also, it's almost like a ward against something, like a ward against scrying or mage lock type effect.
Knowing what I know now, because the amulet, I'm gonna start looking around the graveyard, basically circular pattern, seeing for any decay.
I'll relay that information to you.
I'm taking back the.
Put it in the
Yeah.
you showed at the
15.
back.
There is an area kind of off to the side. Because you have the center of the grove itself, back off to the side where the actual tree line is. There is an area where you see, it's almost like several of the flowers wilted recently, over the past few weeks, and just kind of laying there beginning to decay. Aside from that, really not much else.
So where is the tracks going? They're still going south?
They come off of the dirt area here, moving onto the actual like broken stone road. You ever follow them down toward they take a southerly direction, but that's where the more of the cobbled stone gets a little bit heavier to where it doesn't stick. That's hard.
South of the city towards something.
Yes, heading south.
You showed us the drag marks, right? That,
Sure.
looking at these marks.
By the way, the way the drag marks work is you can tell that the coffin was drugged to a point because where the
Okay.
marks end is part of what is the Nafier Plains. And then it's the mountain range that borders between Wildweir and Nesoria.
That's where
There are plenty of small settlements and such and farming villages between there.
I guess we need to head back to the.
I have a bad thought. I'm not gonna exchange it with them yet, though.
Oh.
Although I will send a sending message.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
I'm gonna send a message to Haggerty.
Okay.
Did out there ever smell strange or oddly potent, either perfume or anything like that? And that'll be less than 25 words.
It's 18 for Haggerty.
Hmm.
No, for Alpha here. Now that you mention it there, that last. How many words did he send back?
He can send back 25 as well.
Okay. Okay. So what he says, what it will say, then understanding how that works, he says, before he stopped coming completely, he had a very sickly sweet aroma, like spoiled honey. Said he was taking a poultice. That's what he'll stop with.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So, this amulet, does it still have the consecration spell on it, or is it that spent?
It should. No.
I mean, it would still have basically the amulet itself is what was.
Okay, the amulet is.
Yeah.
It's to protect. It's just like a.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just
Symbolic,
trying to think of a way to
ceremonial.
spend my time wisely for the next hour back while I'm thinking of this.
All right.
Let's head
Say you spent a couple of hours here just looking over everything thoroughly. Everyone give me one final investigation roll. See on the way out if you pick up something you may have missed.
Yay!
Can I guide myself or anybody else?
Sure, if you want, I'll let you guide someone.
I'll guide
him.
I'll guide you. Well, actually, who has the best investigation?
Him?
Besides him, who else
I
has
got
it?
it too.
I'll guidance on him.
Can I have 2
I have a
investigations?
+5, but
Wait.
I only rolled a 3.
I'm gonna guidance on him.
So that's a D4.
Yeah, that's an extra
I rolled a
D4.
3 as well, but I got it
You'll get not +4. And at D4. Do you want a D4 to just a roll for funsies?
You said you.
You already said you gave it to him. I think he's already rolled
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. Not bad. Yeah, for fun.
23.
23.
Roll for
16.
16.
15.
15.
I found dirt.
Are you sure you found dirt?
Okay.
No, really, it looks like grass. There's
Talk
dirt
to it and
underneath
ask
it.
if it's
That
correct.
is true.
I found a flower.
As you're going to
There's a
leave, Finnegan, being a halfling, you have a different perspective of the world than most people.
Yeah, everyone's an ass.
And
I'm
here's
the
the
last
thing.
person to know when a training.
Well, the thing is, this actually helps you because no one else noticed on the briar bush near along the pathway that they would have drugged the coffin through as you're kind of going to leave. You see, it looks like someone had snagged a part of leather armor, and it had actually ripped a piece of the strap off on this briar bush. It just sort of looks like an old piece of leather. You see a bit of a buckle on one end, and just kind of caught and is hanging there.
I'll grab it.
It smells like very old leather. It tastes like very old leather.
Donnie.
Or steps up.
Rose.
Seems staring at it.
Can you follow it?
steps and just kind of.
I'll let him sniff around for a little bit.
You
In
see him
almost 2 weeks.
as he follows to the area where the cart was sitting. That's when he just kind of stops. You see him look around, meaning that whoever that was got on the cart. So there really isn't an aroma or any kind of scent left to follow.
Good job, buddy.
You can still give the strap to
Yeah.
Mr. Austin over
Yeah, but I've got to know who I'm looking for. It's only worked because I knew the kid's name.
here.
You know Karen's name.
Every little bit helps.
That's not Kieran's leather belt, is it?
Do you, what do you do with the leather strap?
For now, I'm gonna hold on to it. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
well, I mean, I'll tell them that I found it, but I'm not.
Is that
Do
his
you
belt?
show them?
Again,
It's just-
if he told us about the blocking on scrying, even having the bow, that thing being in the cart, would mean I couldn't scry on it.
You roll me a history check.
Oh no.
How are you on your
Can I
history?
get in the bank, like, help him?
No.
No?
I thought it was worse than it was.
I'm assuming it would be nothing I would know about.
It's a 17. Is it black leather?
It is black leather.
God damn it.
It is old black leather. You know that no self-respecting member of that organization would let that leather come to that condition. They would care about their armor.
All right, we need to hurry to the docks.
Okay. Where to?
Well, before we get there, we need to get you ready.
We don't have time to get
Yes,
ready if
we
what's
do.
there is what
Yes,
I
we
think
do.
it is.
We need to see him before you need to see him before we get there.
Who?
You'll see.
The
Did we pass through the Coin District?
I'm so
Anything
tired of
else?
secrets.
Well, it depends on where you are.
I will intentionally go.
All right, so the
I'll
path.
take the roundabout.
All
I
right,
don't
so
care.
literally the path as you come up out of the Candlelight District, you move up. One path goes to the coins. This path goes to the wards. So you just kind of cut to the left side to go to the coin district.
I'll take the long way through this. I don't care.
Okay, so
I want to
you-
go see how it works.
You go to see how far.
We're taking the scenic route.
All right.
We're gonna see this tiefling by
Oh.
God.
So you get there now, approaching 5 o'clock in the evening. You see the last few people kind of moving in and out as your
Fucking closed.
carriage stops there.
Oh, and out on the way, I'll attune to a specific item.
Okay, as you're tuning the line. Because it does take about an hour to get there from when you're in the city. See, as he steps in, you see her, my friends. No.
Violence is the answer!
As you hear a very joke. God, it's been as long as I did his voice. Give me a second.
I don't remember.
You hear, and thank you very much for coming to the Devil's Deal. If there's anything else old Halifar can do for you, please just let me know. And, if it isn't the famous natural ones, welcome back to, you have come to deem yourself to us lowly mortals of Port Blayven once more, as he kind of bows.
Of course.
Just kind of steps up and goes, it's good to see the three of you. I believe I met you as well, Mr. Finnegan, before you had to leave.
I don't think so.
I apologize, but I do not know your new companions here. I am Halifar Merifax, this gold-skinned tiefling, brilliant bronze eyes, hair pulled back to a ponytail, different like baubles and trinkets along his horns, and just a jovial, warm personality. Currently wearing a set of like brilliant pink and purple kind of like tunic shirt with a dark blue vest over it, and these beautiful like tailored pants. And he is just dripping magic at every angle.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Actually, what you, oh God.
You might overload your tiny little
There's
crippling
also
brain.
pact magic here. A warlock's pact magic. As you get to figure out what his class actually is.
Interesting.
Alright, so why did we come see the Decorated.
Because he's a pretty man.
Is the shop
He is a very
shutting
good
down
man.
for the evening? You're
Ah, yes, we are about to
or-
close here pretty soon. But for you, please, my friends, come in.
Go in.
My friend.
The name of his shop, by the way, is called the Devil's Deal.
We've come to peruse your wares, and we're getting ready for a war. In fact,
War.
and I will send him a telepathic message. In front of you is the true heir. Not me, this one.
That's not something we discussed
No,
in game.
but it's not. It's he knows things. I remember.
The true heir.
And I said again out loud, we are getting ready to go out on war, and we need to prepare ourselves.
Mr. Carter, I believe I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is he not? I thought he was covered.
No, he's not Coterie.
Yes, he was. Alvor.
The,
At the very beginning, session like 2,
no,
he was former. He knows stuff. I thought he knew stuff.
he knows stuff, but he was never part of the Coterie.
Okay, back it up. I'm sorry. I thought he knew stuff.
No.
I thought he was
he
in.
knows
That's
stuff.
how he knew.
No. He.
Everybody knows stuff.
I know stuff.
I'll
He knows
say
stuff.
this: you're close.
I don't know what's going on.
You're just in the wrong organization.
Oh!
I'll give you that.
Okay.
You're in the wrong organization.
Okay. So can I?
Yeah, I'll let you step back and retcon that. So I'm sort of going. I mean, not really. Why?
We hit the rewind button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's been a while since.
Yeah.
the
Is the
Dark
play
Lord
button
dealings
still on
and
so we can
stuff.
tell what frame we're on? Yay, ancient knowledge.
Alright,
Ancient
so-
knowledge.
Anyway, we have coin to spend, and we need help
Well, I
in our whatever.
believe I will offer whatever help I can give. What can I do for you?
I'm just kind of looking around right now. Same. This is more magical items than I've been around since we missed the last shopping episode.
No, because you've been around by myself this entire
Well,
time.
unfortunately, he tells you it's not time for a full shopping episode, as I only have about 15 minutes before I close.
No, I'm aware. I'm fully aware.
Like any stealthy items, any sneaky, shadowy.
Are we specifically looking for me? Because I have a minor list.
Anything that goes boom.
Oh, that's nice.
That sort of thing I have to, keep on the record for the city, and I also keep a record of who I sell it to.
That's fine.
Let me go see what I have in the back. Grim, I wouldn't spell that one. All right.
I'm sorry for derailing. I thought he knew more than.
What the hell is that?
What do we do?
That's all right. No, it's he.
You just ready to sneak?
He has
on somebody.
dealings with the
No,
coterie.
no.
He has dealings with the coterie. And as far as they don't know how deep or who he really is. But he was never actually really part of their organization. As you begin doing that, you watch as kind of a strange, ghostly image of Grimm starts to materialize right beside him.
Ah, 2 of you.
Who's this ugly fuck?
And as soon as you stop playing, it disappears. Like, as soon as you stop playing a little like ukulele, it just disappears. The image of you does.
I don't like that.
I pick it up.
This is why you look with your eyes and not with your hands.
Basically, it's
How do you know what
you
it
have
is?
all you can do. You can take no other action. You sit there and
Sure.
play it, and it forms a minor illusion version of yourself. Is all it does.
You can always
I'm
ask
having
the man
fun just
selling
watching this thing play with me.
That's it. It says the two of you just sitting there playing. All right.
I don't usually buy this stuff. I usually just find it. And
You watch as Hufflepuff walks by.
I
Go,
do stuff.
I've got several.
That's fair.
Apparently, I want Irish there for a second. Excuse me. I've got a few different things here that you. I'd be careful with that. If you play it for too long, it becomes hard to distinguish who's the real one and who's the image.
Don't worry, we're both the image.
That's what the image says, exactly the same.
Yeah, I know.
Does this be the fucking simulacrum?
No, that's just a cursed item.
Put it down.
That's the stuff I bought today. I just brought the shelf out to go through it and assign things and what I can, need to get rid of.
This
This
the
is
second.
fun.
This is
How much?
the second time.
That's I have to be
Just
very
Just a second.
careful.
I got this. I warned you this was going to happen, and then I remove curse by slapping him across the back of the head and taking it out of his hand.
As soon as you smack it, it goes flying, dispelled, and
Ow! Ow!
Stop touching shit.
you
I warned you last time
Hey.
with the sword.
You watch as Halifar walks over, picks it up. Apparently, a bardic joke believed that the only person worthy to play with him was himself.
I can see why that would get
Yeah,
annoying
that's-
real quick.
Yes, and he goes and sets it back out of the way. But I think he actually closes the gate on that shelf. Things I bought today that I need to go over and see if there's a way to purify the curse off of them. But for you, Mr. Finnegan, I do have, as he says, 3 glistening red bottles. All of them are made. They're similar to those little things there, which got the brass stand made into it. Kind of sets on and goes. These are potions of a fireball. Basically, when thrown, they simply act as a fireball cast at its basic
Bingo.
level.
Bingo!
So wait, really already? Bingo?
Do I have to cast it?
No, you
Bingo.
throw it.
Coffee, nat 20,
No, I'm talking
fireball.
about for the.
Nat 20 fireball, nat 1.
When was the coffee?
You! At the very
like,
beginning! You
first
said
5
him
minutes.
coffee!
That's
For those wondering what's going on, apparently our dear friend Makara here made a 3x3 bingo card
Yeah.
for our games.
Double bingo!
Well, there's a Patreon goal. The first one, we get access to the bingo cards to play bingo with us or something.
Yeah, but then we'd have to come up with a prize for whoever gets bingo.
That's fair. Okay, moving on past that.
Pride.
All right, so basically you take an action to throw them, and when they hit, they explode as though you would just cast fireball as base level, which I think is what, 5 dice?
Special
Thirds?
ones are weak in the
That's
Discord.
5d6?
Oh no, that's way more than that. 3 dice.
No.
I think it's
My
6.
fees
Guys. Calm
Because
down.
I think that's where the initial joke of 6d6.
Yeah.
66.
8
8d6.
D6.
It's 86.
But unlike, the thing is, because it is not a magical effect, you cannot weave it around people. It hits, and whoever's in there, even yourself.
When have you ever seen me wave
That's
that
fair.
spell around anyone?
He's hit me dead on!
Including myself.
That's fair.
He's hit me dead on!
Fires
We'll put that in the
intentionally.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll put that in the card.
They are normally 300 apiece, but I tell you what, I'll give you all 3 for 5.
That's fair.
I.
I'm looking for something to help me sneak a
And
little
a platinum
better.
is how much?
Platinum is 100 gold. 1 platinum is 100 gold pieces.
Something to sneak a little better, and I'm also looking. I know this might be a little weird considering all these items you have. I need 6 platinum rings.
That's easily done. It's just, unfortunately, because it is platinum, that means they are literally 1 platinum apiece.
Okay.
Because it's a solid platinum ring, which means it's made of solid platinum, so it's a platinum's worth.
Yeah.
So it would be 600 gold pieces for 6 platinum rings.
That's fine. Put it on the tab, Mr. Accountant over there.
Any fun arrows for me and the ranger or anything?
The ranger has a name.
The
Then number
ranger-
2.
The ranger has 10 gold and they're.
Oh no! You're part of us.
As far as sneaking goes, one moment. He goes and he takes down a pair of, it's like fingerless, the fingerless gloves. These may be of use to you. These are the gloves of the rogue. You have advantage on stealth checks and a +5 bonus to any sleight of hand check made to open locks.
Okay. I can definitely use that.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah.
I would like to.
I'm gonna take my bladed bracers and put them up on the counter.
Okay.
and ask how much
Remind me
I
of
can
the-
get for trade-in.
Bracers.
They grant the wearer advantage on escape checks for grapple or
Right,
entanglements.
yeah.
And upon being grappled or entangled, the attacking creature takes 1d6 damage. Does not require attunement.
Yes. So it's just like bladed
Yes.
bracers. I probably sell these for about 300 gold pieces. Tried on several people already. I'll give you 200 gold for it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drop the fireballs down to 300.
Yeah. The gloves of the rogue, they do require attunement. They're 500 gold.
Okay.
800.
Would he happen to have boots of elven kind and stuff?
That's a comment. Roll me a investigation check. See if we have it.
Just like any like strike fire arrows, any like arrows.
Yes.
Just do like just elemental damage, like
Yes.
nothing fancy, just like
Yeah.
1d6
Yeah.
or whatever, stuff like that.
I love how we have gotten to the point where saying arrows that do extra elemental damage, nothing fancy.
I
I don't know.
We're
Stuff
level
that
10.
does elemental damage is pretty fancy.
Have you seen the world outside? I mean, come on.
He does have a couple
Still
of
fancy.
Dragon
these
Slayer
D6
arrow.
worth on that.
Still fancy.
Alright, so he has two arrows that deal an additional D8 of fire damage when they hit. He has
The
4
common-
silver arrows. These deal they deal an additional D4 of radiant damage, but against undead they deal an additional D8 of radiant
She
damage.
said 1d4 or additional what?
Okay,
D-
radiant.
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 D8 against undead.
D8 against undead.
D8. And there was how many of those?
There are 4 of those.
4 of those, and of the first one was
There were they deal additional D8 of fire damage. He brings down a small pack containing 5 arrows. These look very odd. The arrowhead itself is not pointed; it's more flattened. As he goes, okay. If any of my purveyors, it would be you guys. As he goes and sets them down.
natural.
These are arrows of healing.
I'm confused.
It's
I'm in. I'm in.
Listen, I'm
What?
confused as well.
Is this like the stabbing?
yes. Essentially, any damage they do is in fact dealt as health to you.
Wait, I deal damage and it deals health back to me.
No.
No.
Basically, if you were to shoot someone with the arrow,
You shoot.
they would
say,
gain that much life back.
Yeah, like say I'm up front. You see that I'm getting hurt. You shoot
It's
me.
kind of the
You
complete.
get hurts. No.
It's kind of the
I
complete
do
opposite
sometimes,
of what you want arrows to
emotionally.
do. This is some weird. The damn gnome with the machines brought these in. Well, no,
That makes sense.
We met
yeah.
his niece on the airship.
I did.
Yes.
You met some. Oh, okay. Tell me about Samantha. Yes. Look, I literally bought him. I bought these from him. I have not sold any of them. He gave me 5. 50 gold pieces. They're yours.
Sure.
He hands you the arrows of healing. Literally, any damage is dealt in. It heals them that much.
Well, how much is the damage?
What's the base for the arrow is what he's
It'd be
asking.
D8.
Or would it be the standard?
It would be the base. It would be the
Standard
standard arrow. The base
So
off the bow.
it'd be a D8.
Be a D8. Yeah.
Do you get any of your additional bonuses added to that?
Yes, you do.
Better question: are they reusable?
No, they're not.
want those.
That's the better question.
Basically, when the arrow hits, it explodes in a bit of radiant. It explodes in radiant energy, and you are healed.
So how much
most
for everything
arrows are
total for that?
non-reusable.
There were 5 of them,
Yeah.
so 50 gold for the entirety of it.
That's kind of a
50
shame.
gold?
If you
Okay.
miss,
Now,
you can go
because
pick
I've
it
also
back
got
up
stuff
and
from
use it.
his stuff written down as well.
That's fine.
All right, so I've got the 50 gold pieces for the arrows.
Now, 50
6.
gold all of the arrows?
Yeah, for all of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, we
He
were
was
doing
thinking
that
50
differently.
apiece.
No. He told you that he basically gave like a
10 gold apiece.
Yeah, he
for the
gave, like,
arrows.
No, okay.
Vin was trying to get them to just to kind of like to see if he would, how they would sell, and he goes, "They haven't sold. Just get them out of here, please."
I mean, I was talking about the damage dealing arrows, how much for that?
Oh, okay. Each of those. All right, for the The arrows of fire, those are 100 gold pieces each.
I went outside because I didn't
200.
worry about it closing
And then you had the
Four of the
silver arrows.
Silver.
Okay, those are a little more expensive. They are 250 gold pieces each. And there were 4 of those. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
And then
Cool.
Then 1,100 for my stuff.
Mhm.
500 minus 2 for his stuff.
300.
I already deducted my gold.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. Did you get any of that?
no, they didn't.
He got slapped in the back of the head.
No. Oh, okay. Well, that's.
I got slapped in the back of the head, and I'm gonna come back for that
That thing later
You
on
opened
is
the gold.
not cursed.
Huh?
You probably opened the gold for that. So are you doing the math on that, Finn?
Oh, the math of all
Sorry.
together?
Yeah.
Unless I missed something, I've got
1350.
well, I've got the 11 for that.
Mm-hmm.
The 1,000 for the silver, 200 for the arrows of fire, the 50 for the arrows of healing. It comes out to that's every
2350.
2350.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah,
And he's paid for himself.
and you've already paid for yourself. Also, down to the gloves. The gloves are an additional 500. So 2850 currently, as it sits.
Wait.
Did you want the gloves of the robe?
No, the 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is
Thing with the gloves. That's what I was
Thank you.
like.
I'm sorry. I have
Wait here, you dirty tiefling.
Sorry. So 2350.
Racist.
By the way,
He's trying to cheat us.
The not polite term to refer to tieflings are hellspawn.
I'm aware. That's why I called him a dirty tiefling.
Oh.
I was trying to
That's
be
what the
nice.
look was about when I called Seb that then.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll pay the gold.
So just-
I'll not be
Oh, it
using
was a
it.
homebrew item, okay.
I'll tell you on that he'll knock it down to 23 even. So he'll knock an additional 50 off. Okay.
He just handed it.
I'll have
he shoved the
during
healing
break,
arrows
I'll
in our hand
write
and
up
said,
the gloves
go.
real quick.
Okay.
The arrows, you wrote the arrows down.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like writing down arrows because eventually you run out of them. I don't want to keep like a stack of this tall of nothing but arrows.
Oh, come on.
And
All right.
do y'all let me know that this guy, you know this guy dealt with the coterie?
I don't even know this. What you mean?
Well, he was talking about it.
However, Grim, as you're looking around, you
No
do
idea.
see in the jewelry case there are 2 rings in a box that are marked rings of telepathy.
You need one more.
Get both
They
of
are
them.
500
You
gold
never-
apiece.
you never know who shows up.
Wait, what?
Get both of them. We never know who shows up. That is weird.
And also, if
That is
someone
true.
shows backup, we'll take the finger and the ring.
So, let's see.
The reason we're down one is because Bravendale left with one.
No, he didn't. He never had one.
I don't think we ever gave
No, you never gave him one.
We never gave him one.
I never gave that.
And the one you gave to Crowlin, you took back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But well, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Basically, we only had
33.
5 men to
33.
begin with, and then you
All
showed
right,
up.
so,
All
Grim
right.
picks up the
Okay.
Yep.
box.
Yes, I'll send a telepathic.
And
I won't say
says
it out
that
loud,
he'll-
but I'll.
Buy these.
To attune those, you have to literally hold on to attune. It's going to be about an hour, and then the magic will transfer over. You'll be
So
good to go.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
but he's-
as we're finishing up, I'm gonna ask him, does he work in the business of information as well?
But what self-respecting merchant doesn't work in the business of information?
Well then, when I go to get the gloves, I'm going to use my right hand to say, I'm gonna come talk to you later.
You do this, and then he walks up and does this.
The right hand's the one with the tattoo.
Yeah. It's a natural 20.
That's how you know a member of the coterie then.
Our friendship.
You watch as
That's
he
how our
notices,
friendship rules the coterie.
takes your hand, and just, very well, I should be free around 9, 10 o'clock this evening.
Okay.
I'll have a pot of tea prepared.
Sounds good.
It's really late to have tea.
It's never too late.
It's not
to
good,
have
excuse
tea.
me, he looks over at Montel, I have to make sure these.
I'm gonna come back and buy that. That's
Oh,
great.
Good evening.
Hands already going up, getting ready.
All right.
I got it.
Put the box in his pack.
Let's bounce.
Okay.
Doom,
So-
doom, doom.
We're gonna go to the dock.
Head to the dock or the wards?
Wait,
Wherever the house is.
That was the lower wards.
the lower wards. So I guess
Close
we're going
to
to
the
the wards.
docks,
Sorry, you said it was. I was hearing the gulls
it's
and stuff,
close,
so I
yeah.
was kind of.
So it's
The way, because the lower
Close to the
wards
docks.
curve down and around, and that back edge sits along the seawall.
Mm.
So you get a sense that wherever that building is, it's closer to the dock side of it.
So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a building that looks.
Actually, like what you could do if you want to go, because you have literally the coin district, the docks butt against it. You go to the docks and walk down and enter the wards from that side.
Couldn't we just also ask the
Actually,
You could, yeah. I mean, that's
I would.
Actually, I know this might be weird. I'm gonna look at Donnie. You remember that smell from the cloak?
Is he still around?
yeah.
He's been following us the whole
Yeah,
time.
you ain't getting rid of Donnybrook that easy.
I mean, you wouldn't let me
She's
keep him,
special.
so I didn't know if he would.
And I don't. No, Donnie don't
He-
have a relationship.
It just
really,
kind of gives you
but-
an odd look, like it doesn't really understand you.
Give him the hat.
You need assistance.
hat. Yep, I have the hat, and I'm just gonna stick it out to him.
That'll be with advantage. I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Nice.
You watch as Donnie. And he takes off running.
Yep, following Donnie.
Graham takes him.
We should have asked for a saddle.
So he just came over him the shoulders.
Lord, I think Donnie's actually big enough to ride.
Actually, he is, yeah. Karen could ride him.
Yeah, but he's already took off.
He's already gone.
All right, so.
You know who isn't? Seb, though, so I'm gonna hop on.
All right. All right, so you all chase off. Make sure we still. Oh, yeah, it's just now 7:30. Very good. You all chase off.
Why are we always running at docks?
Because it's refreshing.
A couple times you watch Donnie has to stop, put his nose to the ground, picks the sink, keeps running.
Oh God!
Like just as Montel goes, okay, we're shit.
You're really out of shape for this man.
No, I'm perfectly in shape for this. I was not
You
expecting to
finally
run.
hear Donnie barking, and you hear the sound of scratching on wood as you turn the road leading only maybe another, if 2 or 3 blocks, and there's the dock and the sea. You see over there, and he is at a kind of a rundown. Looks to be like a repurposed, almost a warehouse type thing, where it's these boards. The shutters are boarded up, the windows are boarded and shuttered, the door is closed, and I need everyone to roll me perception checks. Elron, you will have advantage on this type of check.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
I
I got
rolled a 19 and an 18, so that's going to be a
I rolled a
26.
6 plus 3, so 9.
14.
20.
16.
15.
I'm doing pretty well on perception
I see
tonight.
a house.
So, those who beat a 12, you see an old rundown shack, single story. You look up to see that it looks like an additional, like at one point it was this large warehouse, and then there was a small building inside, and then like over time they were just kind of boarded up to make a single entire home, a hostel kind of thing. There is a chimney at one end of it. Who beat a 17? Okay. You two, as you're kind of leaning in, you kind of press against the shutters and you feel that these are heavily barred inside. As you kind of lean to the door and kind of go to turn, the door knob itself unlocked, you kind of give a little bit of shit. You feel that something bound tight to it. And the give, that there's not enough give that it's a normal wooden board, something almost, you kind of get a feel like something heavier metal. It's like somebody was turning this into almost a cage.
I can open this. I got it.
Hang on. What did you roll total Elron?
26.
You beat a 25. So that's As you lean into the door, kind of trying to see what you can hear, you smell something, and you hear movement inside. At this point, now well past 6 o'clock in the evening, sun has well set, moon full and bright. You hear the sound of just feet shuffling around inside.
Right, so who's
I'm
knocking
just
down the
gonna
door
stick
first?
my head against the door. Just go. I hope I'm not right, and cast
Divine.
detect good and evil.
Undead.
So we want to get in there?
It's getting late, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna turn to Donnie and go. You back on duty?
Donnie's just staring at this door.
Okay. Who's going to get the captain?
Hey, question.
Who wants to open the
The law of Port Blayven, if we hear a cry from help inside of a building, can we go and help? Citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!
I don't know.
If we hear the cry of somebody calling from help inside.
I mean-
As a Green Warden, I may be obligated to.
You're
do
about to
this.
minor illusion. Someone
The-
yells
No!
from inside.
Prestidigitation, we
That's
hear the call
the
of someone
same
help.
thing. It's the
You,
same thing.
you get a sense that, if something bad's in this building, people care more about the fact that you get rid of it than any legal
Cool.
mumbo
Hey,
jumbo.
Grim, you still got that mace?
Are there people moving
Open the
around
door.
outside?
He's got the back door.
Actually,
So
no.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
get a
good
sense
stuff.
like
What do you have?
that.
Heavy mace.
I have the mace.
You handed him
People
the mace.
who
then
come
give
here
it
won't be left
back.
alone.
Yeah, I gave it back.
This is where those moving through Port Blayven who don't want attention garner
Here you go.
We
themselves
want to
live.
ask Donnie.
So you're pretty much standing
how
on
many
just an
people
empty
he may
road
smell
right
inside,
now.
or if he
Yeah.
knows who's inside.
Well, if I can detect evil, I can tell how many are inside.
Okay.
Just
Grim.
one undead.
30 feet.
Right.
There you go, friend.
You want to unlock
Grim.
the door?
And
Knock, knock.
Got the
prestidigitation, we
adamantine.
hear a cry for help.
Got the adamantine war club.
Yep.
And reaching back and kicking the door open.
Just swing with the club.
Getting
No,
rid
that
of
was the reason I handed you the club. You're gonna need it to swing through what's on
Oh.
holding this.
Oh.
reserve.
It's a siege, so it's double damage to standing structures.
And here we go.
Make your swing. Take -5 to the attack.
Guidance supplemental, or is that?
Actually, it'll still work. Does guidance normally work for?
It's ability check.
No, this is just an attack on the door.
So I'm just rolling flat because
Yeah.
of my pluses basically take away the minus.
Doors
So
have
it's a
an
19.
Okay, a door normally has an AC of 10. It
Yeah.
has wooden doors have about 20 HP.
Mhm.
There is a reinforcement to this, which gives its AC to 15. But you still crash enough to be effective. So roll
Okay.
damage.
Find my other D10.
Where did the card go?
30 points of damage.
Okay.
That's with the plus 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you
That's before
Actually,
adding straight.
technically, it'd be 35.
you slam this adamantine thing, and you hear metal snap on the inside. The spellcasters also feel the release of a ward of protection against good and evil, as the ward keeping whatever this undead was trapped
Touch
inside.
it.
Did you say anything about it being undead or anything? Out
Yeah,
loud?
he did.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Because the only thing y'all heard was,
Yeah.
"Don't let me be right."
Yeah, that was you felt the
Yeah,
ward
I
release,
thought you said-
and you realized that the ward was against this thing touching the door. The door splintering open in half, and you hear a sharp.
Dog.
Can we see it?
So from where you're standing, up here, the door cuts in, and then it's a large this way kind of. So you have to step in and look down but you hear a hiss from this direction.
I'm stepping in and being
Those are-
stepping in
Stepping
behind
behind
you.
Stepping inside, club in front.
Right hand.
Who has dark vision?
I have item.
The four of you, as you step in and turn, everything being shuttered, a little bit of dim light coming in off the street. But that back area where everything's still shuttered is very much dark, is darkness. You see this half-elven younger male. Let's be in his latter 20s, maybe early 30s. So he turns back to you, eyes piercing red, open mouth, fanged teeth. And at this moment, Elrond, you realize here...
I was wrong, but I was right. That is the exact thing I'm thinking.
You see 2 puncture marks.
Did y'all ever mention something about the vampire to Elrond?
No.
I had no idea about vampire.
As we roll for initiative.
Kieran was the only one that
Well.
that I'm aware of that knew about.
No, he told us about it.
Oh, did he?
But he was under
Oh,
both,
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
anything.
Okay.
I think.
I ain't much better.
All right.
Did you?
No, I used it.
You used it.
Yeah.
Because it
Did
is.
you hand out
Untangle myself.
Twilight scene to anybody? Or?
No, I didn't, because I didn't know how dark it would be in here. And again, I was just angry
Okay.
There we go.
because this is.
I hope
technically an
this works,
abomination.
because if so, Grim, you're gonna be able to have fun.
Indeed, I am.
Famous last words.
Oh, very famous last words.
I didn't get very high on my initiative roll.
Yes, right here.
Oh, I got high.
Even with advantage on initiative, I did not do well.
Neither did I, and I had advantage
What'd y'all
too.
get?
I had a
I got
multi-nature, I meant to
a
bring was
11.
painted and
I
everything.
rolled an 8 and a
Uh,
10, so I have a total of
There
11.
are several over there, so.
And I beat him because of my.
he
my
is
dex.
a straight, he's just a
I had
wolf, so.
25.
I rolled an 8 and a 6.
11?
I
Oh,
got
I
an
rolled a
8 and a
17
10, so my
and plus
total
8.
is an 11.
Oh.
My initiative's not that good.
What's your deck?
My initiative.
That's the
My
problem.
dex is a +1.
Oh.
There's another shelf over there.
Yeah, see if Donnybrook's miniatures over there.
What'd you roll?
Pardon the camera.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Yeah, it's over here.
Ah, no, here it is.
Oh, here's your wolf.
Aha.
Ah, simply blind. Okay then.
You're blocking cameras. You can
Donnybrook
start
looks
moving.
special. Donnybrooks is a special boy.
Oh.
Actually, I have one I'm working on for Donnie, so yeah. There's Donnybrook. As
It's
it's
not
been a while
just
since
So
he
he's probably
was,
coming in over here.
He's just not some
Considering-
Freudian canine.
I was just fucking
Shut your ass down!
I like minis.
Alright,
Did you ever
so,
get stats for, or is that too late?
I don't know who was who.
I keep
Half
forgetting
orc
to bring
boy is
those.
me.
It's fine, it's fine.
You see bright pink.
The Dragonborn is clearly
You knew.
clearly Montel. The Dragonborn is clearly.
All right.
I'm gonna represent.
My bad.
It's fine, you don't know.
Ricard, you just causing problems tonight, huh?
Yep.
Can't see in the dark.
All right.
Can't see the. Don't worry, you
All
want me
right.
to see.
He does not have. Actually, he does have a sword. This is actually perfect then. If you will come and put him between those, right between that last pair, on over here, a little bit over to the right there, right there. He's facing that direction.
Sweet.
Which means.
You guys have
Came in right
walked
here?
in to here.
I'm directly in front. Put me right in front.
I was
Right
gonna say I
there.
walked in. I was gonna say I walked in first because I knew what we were about to deal with. Sort of.
Look what, I'm in a new play by post campaign. We're doing Curse of Strahd. And now we're fighting vampire.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I keep pulling my sleeves up.
Come on, hit me.
Because you keep getting warm.
Probably. Then I get cold.
Okay.
This dude's gonna regret ever hitting me a few times.
Go ahead. Have
Jump inside. Jump
All
inside.
right. So
That's what she said.
we sit here as we erase Crolin's name.
No.
Aw.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Mr. Seth. When you get back, we'll have to work on your new character.
Yeah.
You've had more character changes than Montel's changed his hair color. Stop!
All right. So Montel, Finnegan, Grimm, Riccara, Finn, Elrond, and
That
making his appearance once more, NPC Donnybrook.
I have no idea who this is.
All right.
He is best boy. That's all you need to know.
All right.
He's a little better than the goat.
Don't worry about your sight, guys. I got it covered.
So, as we all get ready to roll initiatives here, bring up Donnybrook's character sheet. He is a modified.
What? Just pick up and roll it.
All right. Roll for Donnie.
Donnie.
Oh, you know what?
He's a good Donnie.
He rolled 3. Total 5 for Donnybrook. Okay.
Hey, I'm not last.
All right. Finn.
Which one?
There's 2.
Finn. This
There.
way.
8.
8. Montel.
25.
All right. Elron.
11.
Grim.
11 with him going first.
Okay.
Plus 3.
Rakara.
11 with a +2 hit.
So the pattern is
Well-
Elron, you, then him. Actually, that works out really good depending on where
And
Finnegan
Finnegan.
got.
16 with a +3 to deck for that matter.
All right.
Since we're throwing shit out there.
If you want to wait since you can't see, just
Okay.
What do you mean? It's called Fireball.
Need to see for a fireball.
no, but we are in a wooden building.
I don't need a scene for a fireball.
More damage.
There we go. It's like, why is this? Nope. That's Master Vampire. You're not fighting a Master Vampire.
What?
It'll be fun.
Well, you want to
That's
see? You want to
not-
fight as a CR18
hold on.
creature?
Hold on.
It's the cleric. Remember how to balance a cleric encounter?
All right, and then
We have radiant
okay.
arrows. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry, this is a master vampire. Crib has a Woody.
All right, so
Is that what you call your steak?
let's see, vampire.
Steak, steak.
That's Donnie's dice. Vampire gets the bat.
Sure. Sure.
Vampire. Okay.
It's Batman.
I have 3 free fireballs right now, without spell slots.
You're also in a wooden building.
I am.
I have 3 free fireballs.
Ever known Finnegan?
Not
care
at all.
About his environment.
Okay,
whatsoever.
so Montel's first,
Yep.
Oh,
followed by Finnegan.
Hey.
but Finnegan doesn't know what's down there.
So
It's
Finnegan.
dark and something's hissing at me.
Montel.
Fireball.
There could be innocence down there,
So
Finnegan.
who got the all
What
for
innocence?
the all for the Brotherhood of 11s down there? Who got it?
No, it's
Plus 3, plus 2, plus 1.
Oh, okay.
That's how it
so
rolls.
Elron,
Yeah.
Rakara, and Grim.
3, 2, 1.
And because
Let's go.
PCs take ties, the vampire goes after Grim.
He might not.
He's probably not.
Then
Because I think Grim saw what I did.
Finn.
He definitely saw what I
And
did.
then Donnybrook.
I actually didn't.
Okay.
you also
So.
be crafting game.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Grim has no idea, but I know.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to Grim or Montel. I'm referring
All right,
to
so-
Michael.
Oh.
Montel.
Grim knows.
Whole
that.
person.
What's the save?
Wisdom. DC 16.
Is he a humanoid?
He is a humanoid.
Okay. That's the only thing that distinguishes between old person and old monster.
Humanoid.
Vampire.
11.
Cool. He is paralyzed for the duration. He makes a wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn if he gets one.
Okay, so he's
He
paralyzed.
gets
He is paralyzed.
Oh dear God. Okay, that's the big one.
And
The
then
big one,
As in the big
Yeah, because the one that any melee attack within 5 feet that hits him is instantly critical. He is incapacitated.
Awesome.
So literally, you just shoot.
yeah, I see vampire and I go no.
Cast no.
Would we know if there's a way to turn him back?
That would be either Arcana or History.
I can roll a history.
I'll give it a shot.
Well, I'd have to make it a bonus action. You have to just kind of think and focus on that. If Montel's given his bonus action to make either Arcana or History check.
Or keep more inspiration.
Oh,
Hey,
awesome.
don't
I
change the
know.
flow.
How far are we from him?
Let's see
Like
here.
45
Hang
feet?
on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I wanted to. This is what I do.
You just kind of screwed yourself up, though.
You're in line of fire.
No,
All right,
that's not
fine.
even.
That's true.
Anything else?
And history.
Sure, make a history check.
Just curious, when would someone take damage with that ring of sunlight on?
Their start of their turn.
15.
You remember something about like if you destroyed the Master Empire in a certain way, but there is a time limit. And the look, you get a sense of here that it's been
2 weeks.
2 weeks, which is
Too long.
too far gone.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no. I remembered I had my ring.
All right.
And he can't move. So.
Anything else, Montel?
No.
Oh, Mr. Finnegan, with Elrond on deck,
All right. Well, since he can't move,
and he is incapacitated.
You know what that means?
I'm going to.
Incapacitated and can't move or speak. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Attack rolls that hit or a critical hit, the attacker is within 5 feet of him.
Okay. I'm going to take out 10 coins,
Oh, God.
shovel them through my fingers,
Okay.
throw them down the hall,
I know exactly what he's doing.
and I'm going to cast, while they're still in the air,
Okay.
animate objects.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
I can animate up to 10 tiny objects,
Okay.
I think I've heard about this.
Mm-hmm.
and then each one of these becomes a creature under my control until the spell ends or reduced to 0 hit points.
Yes.
As a bonus action, I can mentally command any creature I made with this spell if the creature is within 500 feet of me. You can command any of them or all of them at the same time, issuing the same command to each one.
Why just sit in the corner over
No. You get to take your anger out on
Okay,
this one.
so I'm going to
there? Oh, look at all the animals.
command all of them
Okay.
with my, I believe it's my bonus action to do
You
this.
Yeah.
just did that.
To make
I could be the a-hole of a dungeon master saying, well, your bonus action is pulling the coins out.
You could, but I get a free object interaction.
You do, that's why I'm not saying anything.
But that was one coin. What about the other 9?
And
No, I know what you're going for, I like it. Go for it, I'll let you roll with it.
So,
You maybe
yeah,
start
I'm
using,
going to command them to attack,
Okay.
and they get, it will be 10 attacks with +8 to hit.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll each of them individually?
No, what we're going to do is called mass combat.
Okay.
You will roll half. If more than that half succeed, then he will take, basically will roll the damage dice total.
Alright, so to attack.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think that, hang on, one second, let me get, I rarely ever do mass combat.
Yeah, because we never have that many people fighting besides,
How much damage does the coin do anyway?
Just 1d4 plus.
Is it 1d4 plus like 2?
I think it's 1d4 plus 1.
Let's see here.
No, 1d4 plus 4.
Yeah. And then that's 10 of those, so that's
Yeah,
10d4
10d4 plus 40.
40. But wait,
I'll
what kind of
just sit
you
over
said,
here.
what kind of coin?
What kind of coins?
Gold coins.
Okay.
I'll just sit in
All
the stone.
right.
They're magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're magical creatures.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean their attack is magical.
Well, the damage that they would do would.
Does it specifically say that?
Oh, come on.
No, like literally, that is a stipulation for things.
You know what? Just because I don't feel like I don't have the time. Just roll attacks for each one.
Okay.
And they're all at advantage.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he's
You
stunned.
did this to yourself.
He's stunned.
I'll say, you know what? No, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Go for it.
Alright.
Can you roll 20 at the same time?
It'll try to add them all together.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 17 to hit for the first one.
Hits.
It's going to be at least a 21.
AC of 15.
Yep.
For once, it's not the wizard looking up his spell that's slowing down combat. It's the wizard taking all the attacks.
Yep. Yep. Fuck you, fighters. Interaction surge. Y'all can eat a dick.
Who needs 6 attacks on one turn? I got
The
10.
third one's only a 14 to hit.
Yes.
No, there's more.
It's gonna be a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
Alright, copyright.
Yeah, copyright. We gotta worry about that.
Okay.
We're off key enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes.
Usually.
Sometimes we're actually pretty good. Sometimes. I'm saying I
Another
missed the
dirty
shit
20 to
episode
hit.
because I'm just gonna straight up go, alright guys. While we're bored, we're just gonna start singing sea shanty. We'll get the musical in for everybody. And I missed the episode we were on the boat again.
Hey, you missed the best part. Montel hiding from
I
everyone.
heard. Hey,
Best part.
the only reason they found you is because you threw your shit bucket and someone had to see it.
I've been caught. Doorway.
15 to hit.
Speaking of being on key, kind of related, maybe not. I had a music instructor in college. She said that what they used to require
Be a 16 to hit.
Okay.
at church, the choir would sing in a key.
I mean, yep.
A full
Just this
higher
last one.
Last one.
than the organ, intentionally.
Just to mess with people.
Just to mess with
Yeah, I've done that
22
before.
hits.
people. And they were
I'll just roll
trained
damage
enough
all at
to do
once
it
and
perfectly.
total the modifier.
Alright, so.
Let's hope he's a musical troll.
See, this is always as bad as a level 20 rogue rolling sneak attack.
No, because at least if you roll sneak attack damage on an
24
automated roller,
plus
it'll
40.
auto add it
64.
for you.
64
Well,
damage.
we'll never know what a level 20 rogue is anyway, so.
You say that, but Montel could still die.
No.
Okay. Who's next?
Do our best attempt.
Elrond.
Is it still up?
It's still up.
Oh, roll a
It's,
constitution.
it's still up
save.
and smiling.
A frozen smile?
So Constitution save.
That is a total of 19.
Alright, you pass, you're gonna take half damage as dawn is cast and
Ah.
as light comes down, that's 4d10. Radiant damage,
Everything
half.
going on is so sharp
Okay.
and bright.
6.
How many d20s do y'all have that y'all aren't using right
D20s?
17.
now?
One,
So that's 19, but half to
It'd
10.
be 10, yeah.
radiant damage.
Okay, make sure he doesn't have a.
Here you go.
Whoa!
Okay.
You're not using any of these?
I've got one.
And then it's
Am I
taking
good
up
one?
that little area
Yeah.
he's in.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give you back one of your metal dice.
All right.
Okay.
I know, weird question, are the coins all just standing around him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're.
Just bouncing around like this.
So they all need to make Constitution saves, please.
Oh, okay.
I'm out of range, right?
What is the constitution of a gold coin?
Yeah, you. I think you get to determine.
Even half damage they would kill
I'll.
at 10. At 10, because you said they had 5 HP?
No, they have 20 HP each.
They have 20 HP each?
Yeah, bro. These motherfuckers are stout.
Because they're magical constructs, I will give them a modify. I will say they have an effective of 10, so modifiers of 0.
Wait, hold on. It says it's Constitution. Yeah, it says it's Constitution 10.
Okay.
I see it now. Okay.
So, con saving throws?
Hey, we gave you all this dice. Roll them.
DC's 15. So, if they succeed, they take 10 damage. If they fail, they take 19.
I see a natural
That's
one
a
there.
fail. That's a fail.
So that one's dead.
Yeah.
So that one's dead because of the doubling
That's
roll.
another fail. That's another fail.
Okay.
This is not intentionally going after your coins,
You
but
said 50?
It
You
wasn't.
said 15.
But it kind of is.
yes.
That's, that's a fail. Does it say anything about the actual saving throws? No, they're not saying anything about that. That's it.
Okay, so
If they succeeded, they're at half HP. If they failed, they have 1 HP left, except for that one sad little guy that made an at one, who is dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
But
I
there's
think
a
I had
doubling
another
roll.
nat one.
Yeah.
So 2 of them are
Yeah.
gone. So I got 8 left.
all right. So so these 3 will be at 1 HP. The rest will be at half. Then. Okay.
And just like his ring, now that whole area is just lit up.
Yep.
Have fun.
Look, see, now everyone can see what's
Watch-
going on.
Some of the coins get shattered. Anything else?
No.
Rakara, it is your turn with Grim on deck.
How far am I from him?
Is that a concentration spell?
Yep.
Ah, you suck.
Let's see here. So from where you're at, 5.
It's
10,
the opposite of a movie.
45 was at the door.
25, 30, 35, 40.
So that's 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 30 over.
And then from there, I'm gonna do burn a 3rd level spell slot, do inflict wounds, meta magic, distance spell. Is that
Damage type?
Inflict wounds, necrotic.
He's immune.
would I have known that? Maybe.
Have you ever dealt with a vampire?
We've dealt with
I'm gonna say-
undeads.
I'm gonna say no for that one. We're at the point where
You should
made,
know
you made the
by
mistake.
now.
It's fine, but
Alright,
you did burn the spell slot on it.
So here's your other 2.
All right.
Roll dice.
Anything else?
Did any of mine
Thank you, what?
live? Mine lived, yay.
Well, I specifically wanted to make sure to give.
Bonus
the
action,
the
fighting
dice
spirit.
back.
All right, fighting spirit.
And that's it.
Mr. Grimm.
Chugga chugga choo choo.
Here we go. I'm gonna rage
All right.
and then charge the bastard.
So you want to make these cards? You kind of step, kind of step.
Get
on
the
the
fuck
side.
out of here! You can pass through a friendly space.
Same.
He gets what, 40?
40 feet.
Yep. Brings you right
Oh,
about
here's 30.
so 30, 35, 40. Yeah,
I was
right.
30 from the door. I was a little bit
Hang on.
ahead of you.
I
So-
don't know.
Yeah, from where I'm at these lines, but so yeah, I'll say all started basically at the door. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, 40 will get you within reach of it.
Cool.
So,
Can you move?
move, Mr. Grimm? Yeah,
Yeah,
you always got to
there
bring
you
everybody in a little bit closer to the door.
All right. And I will swing this huge war club at
The weapon master's master weapon.
Yeah, that one.
With
And it's-
advantage.
What's it
Which I already.
Yeah.
So it's just, more advantage.
Wait, where'd you get the other advantage from?
Well, you don't have to reckless if you already have the advantage.
Yeah.
Well,
Because then you just give them advantage against you.
It's stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he-
it can
Yeah,
end this
how
thing.
Until it saves.
I'm not recklessing.
Yeah, that's
Is
what
he
Even
reckless
after it takes
saving
damage?
things?
Huh?
Even if
Yeah.
it takes damage?
Yeah. He's stunned even after taking damage.
Yeah.
I wasn't in here when you cast whatever you cast.
Old person.
19.
Okay.
19 will definitely hit. Roll damage, sir.
Does it automatically crit with him being paralyzed?
Actually, it does. You're within 5 feet. That is a crit.
Good. I get savage attack, bonus die, brutal critical, bonus die.
Say when.
When?
This is a bludgeoning weapon.
What you got there?
Right to the shins.
Oh!
Where's D4? Here it is.
You went golfing.
They cannot move for 2 rounds.
Okay.
And I'm Frenchie, so I got 2 more
Alright.
attacks after this.
What do you damage, sir?
So, damage.
Damage is not doubled basically they're stuck there for 2 rounds.
Okay. So it's not doubled, but I get to roll the damage
Yeah.
die and everything. So additional damage die is these things
Yeah.
again. So first time, 15 plus 8.
Okay.
So 23.
23.
9 plus 8, that's
17.
17.
So 19 or 25 plus the 8.
Okay.
And 8 plus 8, 16 for the third hit.
Okay.
So that's 23,
17.
17.
40.
So 40 points of damage.
Ouch.
Did you add the +10 because of the weapon?
Oh yeah, +10. So +10 for each of those.
Yeah.
So 70 points of damage.
Ah! What?
Why for each of them?
No, just
Isn't it
one.
+10 for each attack?
Yeah, you only made one attack though.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
So
You're right.
I'm sitting there going, why are you rolling all this damn like, did I miss
got,
something?
I got confused. Alright, second attack.
Alright.
19. And it's a crit again.
It's okay, Crolin, you got this.
They win.
When? So I busted him in the shins first swing.
Double damage, all attacks against this creature have advantage for the next D6 rounds.
Already got
Cool.
advantage.
Next 6 rounds. The double damage on that one.
Okay, here we go. Alright, first set.
Okay.
Let's see. 23,
23,
18,
18,
15,
15.
+10.
plus 10.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be doubled as well?
Would the plus 10 be done?
Modifier after would not, no.
Okay.
It's double
So-
dice add modifier
So
after.
it's 23. Yeah, I should write this.
You've done it
So
both
20
ways.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on with the
23.
cards, double damage add modifier after.
18
18,
and 15.
15,
Plus 10.
+10. This needs to be doubled first, so 46, 36, 30, 76, 122.
Some of this math just seems weird, but-
Y'all know I'm keeping up with
132?
this right as you're reading it
Yeah.
off. Like, yeah, as you're reading it off, keep it up with it over here, we're good.
So
Okay.
132.
Yeah, he's still standing.
And
Yay!
third swing.
This is your bonus action one?
Yeah.
No, this is my
Frenzy.
frenzy. And I'm gonna burn the inspiration.
Okay.
No,
Because
man.
that was a bad roll.
Even a bad.
That was a bad roll.
Mm.
I had a 5 and a 6.
Oh, wow.
Does a 13 hit?
13 total, just barely misses.
Are you not proficient with simple weapons?
Yes, I am.
You'd at least get the +4. It's -5, which takes away your strength. Your proficiency is still applied to the swing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god.
17?
17 hits.
17 definitely hits.
I've been doing my to hit wrong
I feel you.
this entire time.
It hasn't been that long, is it?
No, it hasn't. I've been doing it wrong this entire
All
time.
right.
But you haven't had it.
But you haven't missed that often, so it hasn't
That's
been
the
a problem.
weird thing.
They win.
When?
It's a +5 to start with. It always is going to mess with it.
Oh no.
Good night.
I heard you.
Good night.
Quadruple damage. Target is knocked unconscious.
Gallagher.
Which basically they're paralyzed, so he has the same
So
thing.
you took out his kneecap.
Except there is no save to wake them up. They're just unconscious.
Damn. And I quadruple this shit.
Stop. He's got like 80 some odd hit points left. But I think you're gonna, I mean, you're rolling 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. If you want to for pride, you can.
Yeah. I'm also killing him and knocking him out.
More like you're killing him by separating his head from his body.
No, and then bat, and his head goes into his chest.
Yeah.
cavity.
And because of myself and Montel, even if he was high enough, he couldn't, heal the vampire
No,
form
the
out of
generation, you had him in daylight, so All right, the vampire.
And turn it off, and I have a point of exhaustion.
Yes.
You walk in.
Which is good, like, good, bad, wham.
And it's
Okay.
just like the nightlight just snaps and the daylight goes away.
Yeah, because my ring goes off, it's dead.
All right, so.
Oh, dude, where's the chair?
I'll walk
It
in and
happens.
summon my
I've
gold
seen
coins
you
back to me
in
and drop the
fights
spell.
before, but never this.
Then you're down 2 of them.
This is the first time we will
Does it
have
say
all
that it
worked
destroys
together,
them?
and you're like,
Let me see. Hang on. Because it does say something about.
I wouldn't go that.
Yeah, it just becomes a creature.
This poor
under my
Donnie
control
Buck didn't
until
even
end until
move.
reduced
He didn't
zero
have to.
points.
That was kind of my goal. I didn't want him to have to. He's my witness.
I was like, old person, you're not moving.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. We're going to take our break right now anyway. So
Okay.
come back with
All
some.
right.
It says when the animated object drops to 0 hit points, it reverts to its original
Original, okay.
object form,
Gotcha.
and any remaining damage carries over to its original object form. So it just depends on how
Yeah,
much damage.
a gold piece has at best 3 HP. So yeah, that basically will throw those.
It is kind of weird to
I mean,
pay.
it's still gold.
gold.
Yeah, it's still gold. It's just not like it's a broken go. You have to go get it and go to a smelter and go, can you repair this?
Can I get like ice bath?
Would mending help?
Yes, mending would help.
Yes, there's.
We mend it. I mend it.
All
I
right.
have mended.
Save us
I
the
broke
gold.
it.
Did you? Oh, you gave me some too.
I broke it.
All
I'll mend
right.
it.
I don't remember.
So
which
I'm
one.
going to step to the restroom real
I know
quick.
that red one's mine.
Mine
We'll
was
come
the,
back,
smoky
do some
purple.
questions.
This is yours.
No, the sparkly one.
We shall return very soon.
Also,
Thank
I'm
y'all.
colorblind. It may not be helping.
It's just past those. Those are yours. Oh. Is that purple yours?
Nope.
No, I know which
He's
one.
going. Yeah. And that's just-
Okay.
Oh, well.
Hi.
Really?
Joke's on you.
That was
I don't
a lot
have
of
magic
damage
sets in here.
from gold points.
I only have that.
Like 60
I
for
have-
damage.
Have you seen my
Yeah.
Dago dice?
60.
No.
I will be right back.
No.
Question: Are you wanting to
64.
get rid of any dice?
It's 1d4
Sure,
plus 4
1d4.
Cool.
damage.
I'm a dice
per
ooze. I don't
object.
collect dice. I find
So,
them.
I will show
If
you.
you
I'm a
have 10
cleaner.
of them, it's automatically 40 damage before you even roll.
Yeah, yeah.
And
If you
then,
hit.
yeah, if you hit, and then it's 1d4.
Right.
So I rolled 24 on the damage, and then
All of them hit.
6 or 40 for the 64
So,
damage.
64.
And that's, and I only have to command them the one time,
Mhm. Yeah.
and they keep doing whatever I told them to do until I tell them to do something else, or they complete it. So
I think I saw something like that on one of the D&D shorts
Yeah,
on YouTube.
it
Like,
was-
See-
about using coins.
See,
And,
for once, I was smart about why I got close. It's like, oh yeah, wait, hold on, I get close. Daylight, cool,
I just need to quit using flip tools on junk now.
cool, because I'm trying to actually fill up this bag. Oh, wait, my bag has a hole in it? Hold on. My bag has a hole in it. I'm not surprised.
it's a bag of holding.
Boo!
Okay.
Okay, I have a second one.
Huh.
Have you seen my bag of tricks?
Is this a spin down?
Yes.
That is awesome.
It's a bag of tricks.
Oh.
Nice.
It's a spin down, it doesn't roll very well. Whew.
Those are my spare
Does the
dice.
YouTube look fuzzy?
Huh?
Don't tell me the camera died.
No, the camera must have just died.
Yeah, because it was going through the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Camera just died.
Is it not plugged in?
We've had technical
Or is there not
difficulties, people.
Power cord for it?
Thing is, when it's a power cord, it doesn't have it won't do a play function. And the power cord's plugged in. However,
Just any guys you don't want, just nom nom
Switching cameras.
nom
Bear with us.
nom nom.
So, about that,
Pretty.
bringing something to help balance the encounters when you have a cleric.
I'd like to point out,
You had the
Bar-
same idea.
but Bard and Cleric together were like,
Let there be lights.
I even had the smarter idea of, you're not moving out of this daylight either.
But that's
Yeah,
the
so
thing.
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
that
the
your
problem.
spell was going to, that the ring was going to cause it to do damage, and he was going to wake up from it.
No, hold person, the target is,
Right, I wasn't in here when you
paralyzed,
cast it.
yeah.
I thought it was just like a charm or something that you cast.
There it is.
Biffy,
Oh,
thanks
hey.
for backing on things. What did you find? Is it shiny?
she's giving me, they're giving me dice they don't want.
come on.
What kind of dice goblin are you? You don't give out dice?
No, these roll really bad.
Sorry, folks, we're trying to get this.
You gotta
taken
give
care
it to
of.
the guy with the weird cool jewel. I have weird cool jewel. Which is to say, I don't care if I roll poorly. The great news is I run a D&D game, like every 2-3
Okay,
weeks.
so I'm in the Discord. I'm in TikTok now, so I'm watching the roll. And right as I got here,
it told someone asked, what the party composition is. So if we want to go through, we've got the
Wizard.
halfling. We've
Oh,
got
rogue. Don't forget the rogue.
We've got the Emerald Dragonborn, Divine Soul Sorcerer, Fighter, Samurai.
Pseudo paladin.
Yeah, but Pseudo Paladin isn't
It's not
a
a class.
mechanical thing. That's
It's
what
not
I
a class. It should be a class, but it's not a
The
class.
camera's right there. It's listening. You don't have to yell. And
This-
I am right here, and I have ears, and it hurts. You don't have to yell.
I am sorry.
Headphone
That's
warning
very
again
convenient.
after the fact.
Then you would like to go.
I'm a half-orc barbarian.
Hang on, I know. Of course, there's only one thing to do.
Oh, what?
Give me a second.
Oh. I
Watch
am
this.
a drow
Like
cleric.
rose pink.
I don't mind colors. I'm a Daisu's. Montel Board Rogue. Thank
He's
you.
human.
There we go.
And then,
Human barbaro.
and then our new friend at the end there.
I was not listening.
Clearly. Clearly.
Race
Well, what do you
class.
have to say?
Oh, I am a half-elf Drake Warden Ranger.
And we are level 10 currently. That's why the vampire did not stand a chance. Sadly.
Poor vampire got whole person on
Yeah,
immediately.
Because sadly in D&D, vampires are not that intimidating,
No.
which needs to be fixed.
That's why my first straw vampires were super soft.
Yeah, unfortunately that's the only way you can make vampires in
Come on.
D&D intimidating.
It helped that didn't help that I had a party of 7.
Just do each other thing.
Hmm?
What?
I was gonna say, because someone was asking, do we know of any online groups? Well, currently the Southern D&D Discord does have several games, both play by post. I think there might be some works for getting some Discord over call type games set up. But yeah, go into the Discord, Southern D&D. You go through, put in your name, do the little character creation, tell a little bit about yourself, and then the whole thing will be open to you, and you'll be good to look around, see what you can do about a game. All right. Anybody have any idea what a game science dice is?
The game what?
Game science dice. This is the second time I've seen this person ask.
That sounds like a. Is it a branded dice or is it a specific type of dice? That's an important question.
Because if it's a brand dice, I can almost guarantee you none of us have it because none of us have heard of it.
And
Okay. Let's see.
Fat Boy Huggin, I know you wrote it wrong, but I'm still curious as to
There we go.
want to be a fly in the wall
Game
on a
science ones are the ones
Playboy
that have
post
all
game.
of them on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, see.
Okay, so yes, it is a particular brand. I do not believe so.
I
None of
have,
us-
I have some, but I don't use them often because I get very confused very easily.
Okay.
I don't have
what's
any.
something different from normal
So
dice?
I have the black one that's in that picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Same.
That's not all of them are like that.
I would
don't
have,
think,
if
but
I had
got
one
that
in person, I might could understand it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll
I
it, and
can
there's a
understand.
shape around each of the numbers, and that's what like if you're rolling it and you're wanting a D8, you look for the shape
I
of
am
the
clearly far too dumb in real life to understand any of that.
What's going on?
All right, we are
I have
currently playing
Nice.
10 intelligence. I
homebrew
do not need a roll
a campaign in our GM's world of
I have no
Faeterra
idea what it
I'll
is.
in
see if
the
I can find it.
5e
No, I'm gonna
D&D
do that
setting.
again. This next one.
David
Yes, because I would roll.
Pulowski, I jumped in at the end, so I didn't see what your first question was. It won't let me go far enough back into the comments.
So apparently, this does not have enough battery to last. So
No.
there we go. There's the webcam. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Raven. The server is linked in the link tree, as is the Discord, the YouTubes, the GoFundMe, the
the unicorns and rainbows
Hey, at
and
least
the
you didn't have to come in and do anything. You
other
got to
things.
stand watch.
Instagram, Twitter.
I just got to
Yeah.
see what you did.
It usually
got
doesn't go that well.
And got terrified.
A little bit. A little bit.
That actually is quite a good angle, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess just from now on, we'll have to use the. Someone can check to make sure that we are getting sound.
Someone else.
Can I ask a
working
question
on this.
for the other DMs? Or
Someone asked, how did you escape Mechanus?
mechanics?
Well, if you're talking about plane of Mechanus,
I'm checking whether or not we can sound.
I have no idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good.
You're
Good.
good.
Okay. All right.
Hello,
Hello, everyone. Reaper's Electronics. We're taking a slight break. I had some issues over YouTube.
And it's
you
also our
want
normal
to
break time.
Get something to drink.
Yes, please.
Burger King, or do you want me to just go down to Dollar General? Because I'm not getting food today.
Well, we
so,
don't have. We only have about like a few minutes left. About
So I'll go to Dollar General.
just a Coke
Yes,
Zero.
Josie, we are currently in
That's fine,
Canada.
there's no
Every,
delay.
we play for about 4 hours. At about the 2 hour mark, we take a break, get something to drink, answer questions. That's why there's no game going on at the moment. Sorry. We'll be back at it in like 5 to 10
Yeah,
minutes.
unfortunately, I had to reset because apparently the camcorder I bought, I'm having issues to where when it's plugged in and charging, it won't play back. So we just have my normal webcam I'm using. It's not a great picture, but it's okay. It'll work till we get something a little better going. Still getting used to YouTube and such.
Yep, and still giving people a wonderful visage of the back of my head. But that's usual.
Nope, no Funyuns this time, unfortunately. This game's been running for a little over 7 months. We started this campaign back in late September.
Yep.
Only 2 of us were here for that.
I joined in.
Yeah.
Basically, the first game we streamed was my first game with the group.
But yes, if for those of you just popping on, if you were watching the YouTube feed, I've got it back up and running. It's a different angle. It's actually this is a better angle. I just make it get an actual like $high webcam and use the camcorder for other things.
Yeah.
Because I like this angle where you can actually be seen and the microphone still works
I
perfectly.
might have an extra high definition webcam sitting at home.
Matthew Guthrie, you have an IT company. What RPG is it? This is D&D 5e.
Did I see people playing with sound mixers on the TikTok video you posted earlier? What was that about?
The what?
That's-
Something else.
No, that's how a podcast works when you have multiple
Yeah.
microphones.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you, but yeah.
No, yeah, Cody, we got some other Mountain Dew, so we're all following the stereotype. At least one of us is. But yeah, the latest TikTok I did for the announcement for this was us getting ready to record an episode of the podcast, which is supposed. There were some hiccups. It should be up by the end of this month. Currently, the storyline that they're following is that there is this entity known as the Arcanist, who is using a kind of an assassin's guild to search for an item. They're trying to find something.
And he's a right bastard.
And right now, the
Yeah,
group
yeah.
is trying to locate this item before he comes to it and get the story why it's happening. Right now, though, it's kind of a side quest, as the body of a player character that had died has been stolen, and so they're trying to find out who took it, and what their machinations are.
It's all connected.
The YouTube feed as well. Thank you, Galaxy Wolf. Is everything going okay in the YouTube feed? Is it? Prostitute doing a great job. Thank you so much. Hey guys, do we play Magic the Gathering? Yes.
No.
You sure brought
What's
that
the
back,
superior
please.
game?
Shame.
Did you?
Shine.
What are we shaming and what?
Huh?
What are we shaming and what?
I'm picking
I said
sides.
shun, not shame. Shun.
Okay.
There's
Why?
difference.
Digimon.
Digimon.
What about
Just
Digimon?
because she insulted magic.
Digimon is superior to Magic the Gathering.
Firstly,
Personally,
to
headphone warning.
to be
As we
friend
say,
for
parents.
the devil's advocate, Yu-Gi-Oh beats them all.
Actually, we just had a
Someone
YouTube-
just said that.
So the YouTube is in my link tree. It's also Southern D&D. I'm glad you like the angle. I like this angle too. Let me know if I didn't watch the chat. Currently, there is no live chat on YouTube. I just didn't want to have any issues with like people dropping in trying to troll. But I've got some moderators getting set to take care of that. We will have live chat on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Next time tonight.
You can also watch previous episodes of The Natural Ones on our YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Yep.
Do we LARP? I have never been to one. I know Beck has.
I've LARPed before.
Something I would like to attempt, but you always hear the horror stories.
You also
Yeah.
have to have the time to put into creating the costume, everything that goes with it, finding a
I
place.
showed up with next to no costume at all. I just
Philip
came
Paradise,
with me.
that 5-letter word means so much to me. He said GURPS. The generic universal roleplay system. That was the system I was really kind of cutting my teeth on. I love GURPS. Yes, this campaign started at level 1.
Yep, we started at level 1.
Fish82827, my 100th subscriber. Thank you. Bravo.
If we do, we throw level 3.
All right, got about 7 minutes here. Take a few more questions. We'll jump back in.
Because I had, yeah, we started level 3. You and your son class and all that.
What?
Kenny, guess what number we're at?
On the YouTube?
8988.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Subscribers.
Oh, God.
We hit 900 and we're halfway today. Thank y'all so much.
You guys. Okay, so
You guys rock.
here's the thing.
You're awesome.
I have a massive giveaway coming for 10K. I've got a full set of, I've got a player's handbook, DM guide, monster manual. I'm going to try to have a copy of the set for Tasha, Xanathar, Mordenkainen's. I've got a set of the first 3 Dritz Word storybooks donated by our dear friend, Mr. Derek here. I've got a actual turquoise stone set of dice. I've got a handcrafted, one-of-a-kind dice bag being made. I want to make this the biggest giveaway D&D TikTok has ever seen. But we got to get the 10K first, folks. Let's do it.
Like, this thing's going to top out the weight limit on delivery.
Yes, and I will be paying for shipment.
Where did you get all your miniatures? I know some of them, like,
The majority of mine I actually looked up with. I found several lots are being sold. A few I've picked and bought here and there. Most of them you can go buy what are called the booster boxes. So they just have a bunch of random miniatures. And what's really cool is you don't have to have the exact miniature for anything will work. But they also, like, I know a lot of mine are a lot of our player miniatures are 3D printed. They do that here at the Hive for us.
Can I jump in here?
Yeah, go for it.
For those who don't have access to a 3D printer or have the money for others, you can get paper miniatures. So, that's always an option.
we broke 9 already. Just speaking.
Viking Games, we are located in Macomb, Mississippi. Yes, even though we are in the backwoods of America, by God, nerds are alive and thriving down here. I've picked up 1 or 2 through eBay. I've done some work with Miniature Market. I think we got one. There was the Beholder.
Now that you're asking me, it's
The whole miniature.
Behold the Miniature, something like that. Yeah.
Huh?
Beautiful.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
I know.
And-
You're wasted.
and-
Yes, Parts Guy. We're about to jump back into this kind of little break area. This is a game. This is Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. We're about to start playing here. Philip Paradise, North Canada, the Great White North. Thank you for tuning in, sir. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, thank you for coming on.
I
Okay.
think when the pink set has never been.
Watch out for the moose.
Sorry.
Look at me, I don't use pink dice.
Don't apologize for me.
What's wrong
To
with
be
you?
fair,
Nothing
neither do
wrong with
I.
pink dice, but I don't.
Too
use
far
pink
looking
dice.
Oklahoma.
Why-
Try looking in your local area. If you have a game store, there's a chance they'll do what's called Adventurers League. Or you might just have people in your local area wanting to run that. Or if you want to mosey over to my link tree, I have a Discord, and we have games firing there all the time. There's currently a Theros 5th edition play-by-post, the U play-by-post going at one point. I'm getting ready to, at 10K, I'll be announcing another one-shot that I will be putting up. It's going to be a different one entirely that's taking
Another
place.
character to kill off. Yay!
Just started our own D&D. Norway. Dude,
Norway.
Norway. Nice.
Norway.
Just started our own D&D. Any tips?
Play.
5 more dice.
Have fun.
Oh.
That's
Just get to playing.
Honestly,
fun. That's
the
the-
first
yeah.
thing I'd say is find your set of dice.
I'll be fine.
Not just a set, find your set.
I
That is
would
always my
recommend-
suggestion.
13, 17.
also communication.
Mhm.
Be it any part of life, relationship, D&D. This group is a family, and open communication is important, and I can't stand you, Grim. I think.
Well, then critical.
You're yelling at the wrong person. I'm right here.
No, we yell at you all day. We get tired of yelling at you, so we have to
Then
yell at someone
whisper.
else.
Whisper at me. It's different. It's fun.
I remember you mentioned you're from Denmark, Alex.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
yeah.
but whispering "fuck you" has different
Does
connotations.
a person win anything? Not really. The
To it.
I guess the way you win the game is to survive to the end and overcome the. It's like a story. The way you win the game
If
is
you
to get
win-
to the end of it.
You
I
win
see.
if you have fun.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
even
always
if you
say.
die at the end or die on the
If
journey,
you die,
You
in
can
a
still
way
win.
that makes
you're
fun.
good.
Good battle generator. I know Tetracube is good for making like specific monsters. Donjon.com.
This is in the bathroom.
Hey!
Whoa! What the fuck on?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Roland himself back from the dead. Seth is with us.
Kill it again!
So supposed to be back.
What happened to him?
He fell in a hole. He tripped. Look, we hate to say his dex wasn't that great, and he fell off a bridge into a hole. We just kind of watched.
I
as
watched
it
it
went.
today.
No, I jumped in
Perfect. day.
twice.
Thank you. As long as I did you justice, sir, I'm happy.
Did you ever look at that picture I sent you?
I did. I didn't know what I was looking at.
That's fair.
It was like objects. It was just like I was just like,
I'm having him get a tattoo in the game.
okay.
That's the elemental that's crawling.
Oh, he's jumping in a pot.
Hey, I haven't drawn in a while. Give me a break.
There's a pot right there.
Okay, well, as we are almost at 8:30, got a few seconds, about a minute or so left. Mr. Seth, you like to pull up a chair? You're more welcome to sit and.
Oh, I'm about to go home and get some sleep.
I understand. How many shows you got left?
The show hasn't happened yet. We just been rehearsing.
Jesus Christ! Damn!
You guys
So
that.
we run June
Yeah.
2nd.
They're not gonna run a play for 4 weeks.
Please,
Oh.
please come see
I've
it.
done it.
So
done
are
playing
you
for
coming back
2 months.
during that, or?
I know it'll be June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I should be here June 5th.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, you heard it here, folks. June the 5th. Look to see the return of
Whatever
Seth
character.
and whatever character he.
Not Brogandale.
So,
Right.
so here's the thing. I'll say this real quick. Because he's still got a deck of many,
He's got
cards
3
from deck of many
cards from a
things.
deck.
I was so close to being like, this came to my mind of non-canon. You know, he had heard about the plight that you guys lost a party member. He's off on his own. He's like, oh, I lost my friends, and they were so done about losing a party member. And he pulls a card and he gets a wish, and he's like, I do not want them to struggle. I wish that my friends, the natural ones, they could have their old party member who died back. But this would happen after Crowland dies. And so, because he doesn't know about that, Crowland's like, I finally get the death that I always wanted. Fuck! What happened? No!
Does that break the rule of only if the spirit is willing?
That does. Like you
Okay.
basically, I'm having a conversation with Provendell and Crowland. Does he come back? Kind of thing.
How
He
does
probably would come
Crowland-
back and look for the son of God.
How does he get out?
That's fair.
He is
Yeah.
fully encased in stones.
All right.
If he got his wish and then it was taken away from him, he's getting out of this.
By the way, Mr. Seth, I think if you don't recognize, there is Donnie right there. He is currently joining them in this brigade.
Yeah, I've been watching and seeing some shit.
Shit went down real fast.
All right. Well, with that, we'll come back into the story.
I'll let you guys go.
Mr. Seth, thank you for stopping in and seeing us.
Roll all the natural 20s.
Boy.
Be safe, man. Okay.
I knew my dice rolls were getting worse.
Okay.
So bad.
Clearing that off the screen so I don't get tempted.
All right. Yes, folks, we are going to be going, removing ourselves from TikTok once more. My moderators can answer any kind of general questions. And with that, we will also, real quick, someone from Italy is watching.
I thought about saying something. Who wants to do the really bad accent?
I wasn't gonna.
Someone said Boston.
Yeah, I saw Boston. Yeah.
I was just about
I
to do
don't
the
do
wrong
that.
accent.
The real paid. I hope. Forgive me if my accent is horrible. Buongiorno. Okay. So I know very little Italian. So, as we now will come back into.
I will throw this coin at you.
Bet you can't make it stick. All right.
Don't tempt me, it's got a sharp edge.
All right. So, as we pull back now into the dark, slightly shimmering room, that is this kind of rent-to-own bed, like a hostel type place. The dead body of Alfier, which you now know to be the worker that has apparently been vampirized, now lays before you. Finnegan walk around going 1, 2. Damn it! Somebody got mending. Mending the coins back.
Mending is just tape.
I told Donnybrook to go get
Hemlock. Let's see here. He knows you well enough. Yeah. You see him just kind of. He takes off running.
Anyway,
Well, he's dead.
smarter than us.
Okay.
Same.
Whoever would like to roll investigation checks.
Oh, I'm sitting down.
Can I
and I
give
said,
him or
Which
give him help?
one of the new dice should I grab? Should I go with the really or
You pick.
Go with your sparkly. That seems to match the mood.
Give me the
Try not to
Sorry.
hit people when you throw your dice.
take advantage.
Montel, I want to buy you a dice tray with a backboard.
It's not gonna help.
It's not
because I'm
gonna
gonna
be
bounce
high
it off.
I gave him the dice tray. He gave
Fine, I'm gonna get one of those little like bushel boxes and just cut the end out and let you throw it into it.
Perfect.
All right.
29.
29. Okay.
I'm busy.
13.
I was busy telling guys.
Okay.
Not rolling.
Grim's sitting down having a sip. So,
All right. So, Finnegan, as you're kind of looking around, you do find there is a foot locker kind of pushed underneath the bed. As you pull it out and open it, you see several like old tattered clothes, a few bottles of liquor that's quite expensive. There is a bound, looks to be a traveling journal. And several, like you see the apron that for Haggerty shop and this kind of stuff. And from what you see, you get a sense that this is his foot locker.
Okay. I'll take the bottles of liquor and the apron from Haggerty shop.
Okay.
Montel's standing at the door waiting for.
Hemlock. Okay.
Hemlock.
Do you want to take the journal that's in there as well, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Is there more to this house than just in here? Or
No, that's,
stairs or just.
It looks like this is the only person who's been here for a while.
Not about. Is there more?
Oh no,
Room.
this is it. This is it here.
I'm gonna take that amulet that we have, and I'm just gonna kind of run it along him, just kind of seeing if, because that imprint and watching him wipe the stuff off, seeing if he was the one that took it, because there would be a chunk of flesh missing.
On him, no.
Okay, so I know at least he may have been at the grave site. But he was not the one moving things.
You actually on the investigation you do find a shovel and a spade off in the corner with old dirt around the edges of it. You also see a it's like a tattered traveling cloak. Jeff, you all right?
my head cramped.
Okay. All right. I know that look was from yeah.
So, no joke.
All them 20s.
Under one of the nearby bunk beds, you see an old tattered traveling cloak. At one point, this would have been finery, like it's silk inlaid. The outer layer of it looks like it's maybe hydrophobic and meant to resist water. A beautiful pure silver clasp around the neck. And on that clasp, you see, very stylized, the letters C and G.
Does it look similar to the piece
It does.
that we found earlier?
It does.
I will. I'm gonna put the glasses on. Does the cloak look magical? Am I getting any magical essence from it?
Not really, no. There is a little bit of an enchantment just like to repel water,
Okay.
but it's more that was like woven in the material of the actual cloak itself.
Okay.
That's a cool cloak.
There is a a bit of an aura, a slight aura of undeath, like it's been layered around or near something undead for a long time.
All right, I'm going to take the silver clasp off of it.
Okay.
And take that with.
Taking out the piece that we got from the card.
Okay.
If we hold the clasp up to that, is it the same
The same
style but
style,
smaller?
yeah, you kind of can see. It doesn't have the actual full symbol. It's just a very stylized. I'm sorry. It's G then C underneath it.
Okay, so these probably came from the same family.
Similar, you get similar thing.
Okay.
Same original.
You're discarding the cloak, right?
I mean, I'm leaving it. I'm not.
Cool. I put the cloak in my bag.
Okay.
I'm if it's good against water, I always stay on top of the carriage.
Okay.
So
Who else rolled investigation to check the area?
I only have 13.
13. Two of the beds look recently, like within the past few weeks, recently used. Two of the other beds beside where his was. Aside from that, nothing really else stands out. Much else stands out to you.
can I take his sword?
Sure.
Cool.
It's just an old rusted rapier.
Is there another way out of this building? It was boarded from the inside.
The only other way that you roll. Actually, I'm not making you roll. You grew up with rogues and assassins. The only other way that makes sense to you is the chimney.
They went out
But-
the chimney.
But that chimney was only maybe a foot square or a foot cube. It had to be something very small. Or dealing with undeath, you know something about vampires. Roll me either history or nature. Roll me a check that you think Elrond would use to understand the nature of certain undead creatures.
Honestly, I'd say religion because, well, let me see. Because let's see. You said nature. I don't have a plus to any of it besides religion.
Okay.
So 6. If it was, like I said, if I did religion, that's a 10. That's about it.
You remember somewhere that, like, something about older vampires had the ability to shape change? So maybe the thought comes it could have been some vampire had maybe changed its form and used the chimney to escape.
But why would a vampire be casting or the binding to keep him inside?
You say this out loud?
Yeah. Like this is a thought process as he's
Uh,
going down the line looking
To keep a hungry vampire from getting out into the city. Keep
For it to get hungry enough to
be
eat
ravenous,
later.
or even keep him in here long enough for the master to get away.
Putting the glasses on, do I see any remnants of that protection spell?
Can
Can I tell how long ago
Roll
it
an
was
Arcana
cast?
check, yeah.
Do I get to do that with advantage?
Yes. You're looking at an object.
It's just that's usually a spell that vampires
27.
avoid, not cast.
On a 27, the spell that spell was set and cast a little over 4, almost 5 days ago.
Okay.
So it's recent.
I mean, if
That spell was cast, that protection spell was cast about the time that Haggerty said he went missing, yes.
could
It took us 2 weeks to get here. That was only cast how long ago?
About 4 days ago.
4 days ago. Then that would have been we were almost here after having been told that he was missing.
No, we were told he was
missing.
This
Yeah.
kid missing.
Yeah, this kid
Okay,
missing.
that makes more sense.
Yeah. Something
about
about
this-
this. Something about
Ste-
the setup
stepping
is not
outside, are
adding.
either of the
Give-
buildings
give me a-
next to
give
this
me a-
building occupied?
Okay.
Like, are there lights on inside?
You see like flickering lights coming from various points, yeah.
The nearest house, I'm gonna walk up and knock on the door.
You knock, the door opens, and an older woman pokes out. Yes?
I was wondering if I could ask you a question about your neighbor over here.
You part of the guards? Who are you?
I'm not part of the guards, but I'm trying to help him out. If you don't mind just saying a few words. Let's go.
Beat a 6.
Yes.
She looks up. Oh, well, all right. Step inside. And she steps in some small little one-room shack. Close the door. Would you like some tea or something? So you walk over.
Just some water, if you don't mind.
She stops. Be safer to drink the tea, but you're lost. You go.
In that case, I'll have some tea.
Right with you.
So she pours you it's generous. It's very generous to call this a cup of tea.
Just to be nice, I'm actually going to ask her, would you like your tea sweetened? On me?
I'm not pouring the tea on you. It's
No. Would you like for me to sweeten your tea for free?
fine, yes.
I tap her cup. I'm going to cast precipitation.
Yeah,
Give it a little bit of sweetness.
She done it. It don't taste like fish water anymore.
I'm going to tap my cup and make it smell and taste like coffee.
She's kind of settled back in this old like armchair, like part of it ripped and torn, cat hair all over it. She kind of leans back. What can old Marcia do for you?
I was just wondering what you know about the young man that's been over there. I've heard he's not been coming out for the past few days.
Oh, you mean the old one lives in the little hostel next door, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I've been hearing weird noises over there the past few weeks. It sounds like somebody. I think somebody was killing somebody in there too. It's like loud banging on the walls and such. And then at one point, it stops around daybreak, and it goes dead quiet. Let's see if she saw. It's a base 19. And I know those other two were up to no good, sneaking around there at night.
Other two.
Oh yeah, he's.
Could you describe him?
There's this one gentleman. He was kind of long, stringy brown hair. He kind of a stout nose, bit of a beard.
As she's describing him, Montel's going to put down his drink, pull out a piece of paper, and just write down.
Okay, just writing down the.
Just writing down her description.
He's for police reporting. He's not police sketching.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sketching is for other people.
He had this strange scar across his left eye, and that kid what lived there, he seemed very excited to see both of them. Now the other one didn't get a really good look at him, but one time he looked at me and gave me a heebies. He did. I had to get back inside and do some of me mam's old bit of a hoodoo because I just got a bad sense in me was all.
Did the second guy perhaps wear a mask?
Oh, no, I wish he did. Just pale as death he was with these eyes. These glittering, just dark red crimson eyes. Okay. And the accent they use, it wasn't from around here at all. It almost sounded like someone from up north. Almost like around for Iron Haven in that area.
How long have they been coming by? Do you know? Just.
Oh, I did. Well, the first time I stopped in a little. Oh God!
2-3 weeks ago.
About that time, yeah.
Well,
I'm up here.
You're not here, and
on that roll, she goes, "What? The pale one. He called the other one's name. I remember it. Called him Tavish.
Tavish?
That's what he called him, Tavish.
Montel has to put down his
Yep.
things for a second, looks upwards, curses in a language that this woman should not understand. Let's
What
go.
language is that?
Let's go in like proper thieves' cant, like verbal thieves' cant.
Thieves' cant is not verbal. You just go left pinky, right index, two turns.
No.
Because basically they stand
Up,
in
down,
it.
down, left.
It's literal. It's like what they would call vagrant speak,
Well,
where it's symbols and hand signs.
What race does she look to be?
She looks to be human.
I curse in Elvish.
Okay. She goes. Shame to you then.
Sorry. I might know that gentleman. I pick up.
Oh, he didn't say. You might want to find better friends in me.
I have found better friends, but you can't. When you know people from the past, you can't stop knowing.
Especially,
people
look,
from the past.
especially because I think your friend was in trouble. I think he might have been a slave. He kept calling the bell guy master. Oh, I'd stay away from them, loves. Oh, but it.
Let's see. One more roll. That's a base 18.
And there is something strange here. About 4 days ago, right before the sun, right as the sun was going down, I noticed that Tavish fella, he stepped out, and he looked like he was pointing something at the wall, at the door. And I was out taking my evening constitutional, as I am. And at this point, you get a smell of some very illicit substances. And I heard a loud thunk, like something being laid against the door. He was mumbling all weird and magic-y he was. But that's not the weird thing. As he finished, he walked over to a part in the alleyway. He looked up, and I'll be damned if a cloud didn't descend from the sky itself. Tavish and this cloud just walked down the alley all tickety-boo like nothing was wrong.
Well, if you're right and he was talking magic, you know how magical folks are.
I stay away from magic, love. Look, I'll tell you this. As soon as I saw that, I poured out me bottle. I got myself together, and I came straight home. I did, and ever since then, around when the sun goes down, it's been a riot. It sounds like somebody's let a whole herd of cats loose in that place. That place is evil. I'd stay away from it if I was you. A good boy like you.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 18.
Yeah, she just rolled 6. She stands up like to tap your wrist. You feel trying to pull a ring.
A good boy like you, love.
I put a hand over her hand as she's tapping my hand. Thank you, ma'am. If you don't mind letting the actual guardsmen know this as well, I'm going to give them this, but they may need to talk to you.
Oh, well, love, you know, an old lady's memory, especially with the guards, what being that they are a little bit, I may have something to jar my memory for the official guards, love.
And the official guards can pay you for your memory.
You have no idea how this works, do you?
Oh, no, I have exactly what I need, though. You've already told me what I need.
Montel, hurry it up. We need your magic out here.
Okay. And I'm going to drop prestidigitation on both of our drinks and hand her back my cup.
Oh, okay.
I'll let the guards know that you have been mighty helpful, and you might want to air out your home before they come in.
I've got to do some fucking cleaning, I go.
She just stands up.
So hear me out.
Okay, what you got?
So the kid was here,
Mm-hmm.
and you said it might have, possibly happened with a few days in from this. So what if they boarded everything up,
Mm-hmm.
put the spell on the door, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and left him in here while he was sleeping, snuck in, did the art journey,
Mm-hmm.
and then broke it off. And then just left him here to turn into that.
I come in.
It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's just that's a weird spell for a vampire to use.
Oh, that's because he didn't use it. Tavish did.
Who the fuck is
there you are.
Tavish?
You remember how we were talking about people I know being not good?
That one of them.
That's not
That's
us?
one of them.
Okay.
Would I know that he's a thrall to the big guy?
And I just hand you my notes of what's going on.
I don't know if Kieran ever told you that.
Question.
I don't remember carrying.
Was Tavish the one that sent us to kill
Yes.
Equifart?
Yes.
Okay.
Equifart.
Ficklefart. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We succeeded.
Well, no, I just noticed.
What?
You know that information I've been asking you for like 2 weeks? You know this nice little notepad that I've been using to take my notes in?
Yeah.
Her first page of notes. Dad name, mom name, family name.
She sent me the information.
Well, it was her old notes.
Oh,
I never
okay,
read them.
okay,
I
gotcha,
never
gotcha.
thought to read them. I was like, no, I've got to mess with my own stuff. But okay, I have that information.
I just hand you the notepad that I the page of notes. Yeah.
I see the word master, so I'm just.
So
It's
anyway,
gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. Let's go home.
Does-
I've
At
got
this
things
point,
to do.
you hear the sound of barking and running booted feet,
ah,
and turn to
friends.
see Donnybrook and Hemlock come charging around.
Oh, there you are.
So he goes, "What's going on?"
You always miss the action.
So,
it's fine, but you
and-
miss
Yeah.
the action.
Real quick,
Man,
what time is it?
In game, you're getting close to 9 o'clock. At this point.
Okay, so I still got time. So, that boy that y'all been looking for,
Oh, Faeterra, yes.
he's not a boy anymore. He's also not alive. Was not alive, and is now even more unalive.
Said, by the gods.
Yeah.
Not a go.
To be fair, we found him dead, and then
He was technically dead when we
did
found
him
him, and
more.
then we
I
undid the undeath.
don't suppose any of you are vampires.
Nope.
Insight check.
Look, check, Cass.
No.
Name of my
Just
ring?
sitting there.
No.
Donnybrook looking very serious. Was a dog the whole time. No, okay.
It's the thing.
Johnny, no.
As he looks and goes,
Honey, no, curse your son, but never hold the trigger.
I'll put in a word to the clerics. They'll want to burn the body, of course. Any idea on his master? Because this.
Oh,
Into
that's
it.
what I did.
Over the ring, I tell him to hide the note.
Dude, it was gone.
It was
I
gone
read
when we
the
handed it
parts.
to him.
Cool, perfect.
The moment I read it and heard
There's
the parts,
there's
it's
a
gone.
lady right next door who seems to have some great information. Just give her 5-10 more minutes to clean up.
I mean, Mad Marcia.
Yes.
You went and spoke to Mad Marcia.
Yes.
The fuck did you do in there that she's got to clean up?
Nothing I did. She had to clean up before I went in.
You realize the woman stays high on hob stools like 80% of the time, right?
Yes, and it seems it kept her memory sharp. Give her 10 minutes to clean up and keep her palm greased with money.
That was 10
She will
minutes to
speak.
clean up.
Okay.
I'm afraid the price of information in this
Did,
area of town.
Did y'all have any information in his belongings? Any evidence to why so what happened? Where?
Only thing I can find is that someone found out what he was and attempted to keep him from getting out into the town. That's the best I have right now. And if I
It
need to
happened
roll
about
anything,
4
that's
days ago.
fine.
At least that's what Mad Marcia said.
Timelines match up then. If you'll excuse me, I need to go to the nearest garrison. I'm gonna have to rope this area off so we can get the clerics to perform rites and cleanse this building. Donnie, I'll have to call you into duty. Guard. You watch, he just goes and sits in front of the door. Ones, I leave you to your business. Good evening. Turner's just very confused.
As he begins to walk, I'm assuming he's going next door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up and tell him your house is also dirty. You could use some cleaning in the daytime.
I've been meaning to do a little bit of spring cleaning anyway. Got a meeting for tomorrow for just that reason. Thank you. Point of inspiration, Ricard. Anything else while you want to do while you're here?
No, I've got a meeting in an hour. So if they want to join or not,
want
I'm not going to say much.
Stepping
There's
out.
a few over there.
Yeah, no.
We have mistakes.
Because we're out
I'm
front,
going to Haggerty's.
I'm going to look at Mad.
We don't know what kind of
Mad
shape
Marsh's
that-
a house.
that
Is there any
estate is in at this
decent
moment.
writing on it?
Roll me an investigation.
Point of inspiration.
All right.
That's a dirty 20.
There are two. One that means insane, other one that means good hash.
Creepy popular.
You know what?
There's Steve Kent's for good
So we don't have the issue again. Take the point off.
I am. Perfect. I know where to come back to.
All right. If it ain't easy for you to get transportation back into the coin district to go to the Grey Oak Tavern, the night staff in there recognize you easily, letting you in.
Oh,
Grim, you as well returning back to the Grey Oak, or
Yeah, he's
Okay.
going to
I go back to our
He,
estate.
he didn't know about this arrangement,
Gotcha.
so
Yeah.
he's just
so you're going to the estate.
I
you're
kept
taking
my
back to Grey Oak.
arrangement
Carl,
kind
where you
of
headed?
secret.
Did he say it out loud? You're meeting with?
No, that was just between the two of them.
I'm just saying, we know that estate was run down for a long time, so I'm not going to be sleeping in any bed.
Well,
in that
Montel's not
location.
sleeping in one of the
Oh,
beds, so.
It's a free bed. I'm going to be sleeping in there.
Sleeping where?
I'm sleeping in our house. I'm just going to the Haggerty's to have a drink.
You're going to the estate.
I'm going to the estate because I'm going to find a way up to the roof.
Sure. There are several. Think like
Is there an attic room that connects out to
because
the roof?
there is like the upper part of the roof is flat with old rusted, partly missing kind of like metal.
Perfect.
Like barricade.
I set
barrier.
out like my bedroll up there. I sleep up there. That's where I sleep.
Seriously,
Roll
Montel.
me a
I
perception
will,
check.
I will clean
Hang on, roll me a perception.
wherever I need to first.
He is literally Snoopy.
14.
14. There are several shingles and weak spots up here, but on a 14, I'll say you would kind of like to position yourself to where. Roll me a personal luck roll.
12.
Okay, it won't rain now.
That's what I was waiting for.
I pulled the cloak over me. It's a water cloak anyway.
All right. Well, you pulled that.
I took the old cloak.
That you said only had waterproofing.
Roll me a.
There's always
Another luck roll at disadvantage.
No. What's your passive perception?
18.
18. As you go to kind of like you see these clouds, when it used to be safe, something catches your eye right there, written in faded gold embroidered silk. Is a name tag.
Perfect.
A last name only.
Mm-hmm.
Von Stranis. VON and then STRANIS.
STRAIN.
NIS. Von Stranis.
There's only one set of creatures that uses fallen anything. If Curse of Straw taught me anything.
Von Liechtenstein. Werewolf.
Oh.
Roll me a history check now on that name.
Now let's see how well you sleep.
18.
Actually rolled pretty cool.
You know the Von Stranis name. The Von Stranis was an ancient noble house of Wildweird, specifically of the old Sunderlands, which is the most southern strip of land. Apparently, they lived at an estate called Grimcrest. There was a small town sat on it as well. It was in the mountain range. You remember hearing something about a family curse that caused the path to this place to be lost. But you remember something about that the last son of the family disappeared. Apparently, he was the one that brought the curse upon his family.
Fuck. How far is it to the ground from up here?
Always.
It's 3 stories, so a little over 30 feet.
Cool. Dimension down. Dimension door down.
Burn spell slots, man.
Burn it. Look. Burn. You know.
Just imagine like Montel, shit, stands up, goes to cast, the floor, the room, like, uh-oh. Midway through the fall dimension door, boom, lands on the ground, stands up, dusts himself off.
You gotta remember, momentum doesn't go away.
Yeah. I'm going to start walking towards the tavern,
Okay.
and as soon as I can feel it within the mind link, I'm going to let them know whose cloak this, like, what family line this cloak is.
Okay. So while that's happening,
I have a question before. Is the with a 19 history? Do I know what their family crest was? Is it the same as what we have?
yes.
Cool.
We
I
cut now
let them know that too.
to the coin district, where you are walking up to the back door of the Devil's Deal with a quick knock. It opens. Halifar, come in, please. I'll show you the door
Thank
behind you. He leads you up a flight of stairs to a small apartment-style loft. How do you take your teas? He walks over to a small little kitchen and begins to make teas.
Strong, light sugar.
So he walks back, sets the tea down. So what may I do for you, my friend?
So, I'm looking to spread information, and one of my companions said you'd had a previous interactions with certain groups.
So the thing is, you showed your hand without the glove on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Yeah, that's
like,
what make sure you showed. Yeah, he goes. I'm afraid that the certain circles you move in are not ones that I have no idea how to help you. What is your passive perception?
22.
Okay. You watch as he sets his teacup down. His hand goes to the arm of his chair, and these 3 fingers slide underneath the arm of the chair.
See, I'm trying to get information passed along to my sister, who, like myself, got out. She got out one way, I got out by death.
So notice his eyes open. Solemn?
Yes. I've been sending letters for about a month now.
I know, I've received them. Who do you think our contact in Port Blayven is?
Eh,
Lad, you watch he pulls out this like long, thin blade from underneath. Jesus. By the gods, lad, he sets the knife aside. Oh. You've given old man a heart attack. I thought the coterie had finally come calling.
do you think they would walk around like I do?
I think that's their best chance to get to me, yes.
That's fair.
Oh.
So, okay, that means you know some of what's going on. Do you know anything about what's going on with the internet workings? Have you heard any
I
information passing through the winds?
have heard that apparently that the lineage was found, but the vault still remains shut.
So, yes and no to the first part, and there's a reason for the vault not being open in the second.
I feel like you have some information for me.
I do, and that's why I need someone who's good at passing information around.
I have contacts that can do that.
So, you know the situation that led to my death. I'm assuming in some sort.
I know that when the cathedral found you, you were not quite whole. Before that, we know very little about what happened. Only what I've heard, what you apparently you have told others. I've spoken to your sister occasionally. She passed through here not long before you came back before your friends came back with Kieran's body. Something about moving down into Nasoria, something about old family ties.
So the new heir that rose is a lie.
That's what we were thinking as well, yes.
Because they killed the heir for him to gain control. And I'm gonna let that sink in for his knowledge of time frames for a minute.
When did they kill this legitimate heir?
Yusuf says to look up, kind of think how long he was dead.
Sim Pauls goes, are you claiming what I think you're claiming?
Well, everything's pointing in that direction between gods and dreams and visions and magic.
Lad, I put no stake in gods and dreams and visions and magic.
Then do you know a better way to test?
Stand before the vault of shadows and see if it opens for you.
Well, we've got to find a way there.
I believe your sister is currently on that path.
Do you know what path she's taking down there?
I do not. I think she mentioned something about going home. All we know is that the Vault of Shadows sits within the grand hall of the Guildmaster, the first one that was established within the Underdark.
And this is the first time I've heard that I'm about just having to go, like, the vault being in the Underdark, which would make sense for the vision of the... Well, if you can, I know the cathedrals in most cities and the coterie for the most part.
Speaking of, I had mentioned, I heard that apparently the coterie is no longer in Ironhaven.
I heard about that as well, and I think I know why. And I'm just gonna kind of slide our little police notes taken by Montel.
He kind of picks it up. Huh.
Strange what company you keep when person in charge is going mad.
Would this have anything to do with the war your friend Ricardo was talking about?
It's a start.
Would this have anything to do with Karen's missing body?
I think so. Something undead took him. And this is again not necessarily something I've told them yet.
What information do you have about the potential perpetrator?
I'll set the amulet. The only information we have is something that didn't know what this was touched it. And it hurt a lot. And then an individual that we believed was helping was being kept in a, well, I cannot think of the word, but this kind of house, hostel. Down the ways, using a protection spell, boardings from the inside, and the poor kid had been turned into one.
They locked him inside?
Inside.
Sounds like they either didn't want their evidence to be discovered, or they thought just give enough time his body would decay without sustenance.
I think it's the second.
Any idea where these people are heading?
The best I have is, you said we saw the tracks going south, and
Yes.
that's what they lost, south. That's all I have. And I don't think I'm within range of him telling us any information.
The upper wards, actually, yeah. You like at this point, and plus you would have you were there when he found the part of the clasp and the part of the family emblem, so you can bring those up if you have that knowledge.
Yeah, I'd start kind of explaining some of the other information we had then.
Let's just see. One moment. He goes and he walks over to a large cabinet. He opens it, and you see him pull out several old rolls of paper. Looks at one, sets it aside. This should be it. He walks over to his table, pushes a few things, and he opens it. You see an ancient map of Wildweir. He goes right here. It points to an area far to the south, where that mountain range is. There's a part where it cuts off and around, and in the center he points to a area that looks like it had been blotted out, or as you look at it, actually had been kind of scorched. Received this map about a little over 4 weeks ago. A young half-elven man brought it in and said he was selling it for someone.
Starts describing the.
That's.
Yeah.
I figured it was him. I've been trying to find out what is under this smear. I've tried mending. I've tried every magic to my available.
You said it looks like a burn?
Like somebody took a cigar or cigarette and burned into
And
it.
mending's not fixing it.
I finally did a little research, called the favor in at the Lexicon Sophies. There was a city here at one point. The city was called Grimcrest. Apparently an old noble family lived there. The legends say that a curse fell upon them. Thankfully, the Lady Oliva in the Lexicon puts more stock in facts than legends. The final lord of that town, a natural 20 for Lady Oliva, was a man named Orthier von Stranis. And apparently he sought to become immortal through various means. First deals with gods, and then devils and demons. But everything they wanted he refused to give up. Until finally, according to some journals of servants and tales of former residents, a stranger came calling. They met in secret, talked for several hours, and when the stranger left, von Stranis apparently had a look of mad glee upon his face. All that remains of that city is a ghost town. The only information Lady Oliva had was that the greed of Stranis brought forth a curse upon himself, one that must cause him to drink blood and various descriptions. I believe he was transformed into a vampire, one of great power. And from what I understand, any who enter into that godforsaken town are never seen again.
We might have to change that.
See him reach up and he pulls down part of looks like old leather paper. Oliva doesn't know I have this. When I wanted to keep a few items for myself and several lots I sell and send to her, he unfolds it and you see a hand-drawn map leading through a mountain pass. Mm-hmm. This is the last and only way I know of to go through what is the Grim Pass into the Grimcrest town. If that's where they've taken Kieran's body, as he hands it over to you, that place is roughly 2 weeks' journey from here. So prudent to move with all expended speed.
I think we can make that happen.
Is there anything you would need to help your journey?
Some way to move faster, but I can't, or for us to travel faster, but I can't say for the group that is what they would think we need, but I do know, I know one in particular, we're gonna find him for him at least.
I have several connections with many of the nomadic horse lords on the plains of Wildweir. I could perhaps have some very special horses procured, not for long, but enough to get you down there.
That's all I need.
I need to start sending out some letters. Excuse me. As he stands over. So he stops and goes, I will keep who you are to myself, Elrond. I will let the prodigal son return before I bring forth the fatted calf.
And as he says that, I'm gonna go keep who I am, but maybe let him squirm a little bit knowing it's coming for him.
I can do that. And with that, you leave his
I'm gonna
house.
go back out, taking my little map with me.
He was one of 3 people you could talk to that would know about Grimcrest. The other one is he went to the library or the academy here in Port Blayven. It was a library. Oh, it's library / church. It's in the Divine District.
Would this be around the time
Yes,
he starts
he's-
getting my message?
No, okay. I think I've got to wait there. We might need to wait till tomorrow. I know I need to wait till tomorrow because I've got one last thing I need to work on.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna leave already.
Grim curled up in the ribbons of a 4-poster bed, half a blanket pulled up over him.
Are you saying that out loud or into the ring?
More or less out loud.
Okay, so none of us hear that.
Well, we don't.
All right.
I'm going, and I'm not going to the bar. I'm going to the house, to the basement,
Okay.
to start my project.
Since some of us went to Haggerty's,
Yeah.
I need to talk to him.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
we-
Graham did go to Haggerty's before
Yeah, we
going
can
to the
roll back
estate,
to
so.
that. So, as the 3 of you enter into the Grey Oak Tavern, the door open as you're both let in. Haggerty sitting there at the bar, steaming mug of coffee in his hands. Where did you go?
Oh, with Haggerty.
With Haggerty as well as he opened it. That's yeah, for a drink.
Or
I wanted to talk with you about finding people, hiring managers, something to get our estate in order. If you knew anything about getting food brought in, getting linens, silver, all that good fun stuff.
I can put you in contact with several members of the merchants guilds, the farmers guilds for food and such. It'd be nice to get my mind off of things here recently.
Yeah.
I'll have some names and paperwork pulled and ready for you in the morning.
I'm going to take 5 platinum,
Okay.
set it on the counter, and say, if you wouldn't mind, make a donation to one of the, I'm assuming a city this large would have an orphanage.
Oh yes, there's several. Yeah.
Make a donation there in our name and see about getting some of the children to come and learn under some of the farmers and carpenters and everything as
A work study program,
yeah,
basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
apprenticeship,
Yeah.
something
It's
like
not,
that.
it's not
not a bad
uncommon
idea.
for farmers and craftsmen to apprentice out of the orphanages, but I'll
I'll make it easier on both sides.
I'll make it
And,
easy for both sides, yes.
Any single parents as well. You can make some direct donations, giving them work, cleaning, the
Very
property,
well.
things like that. So that's 500 gold.
Yeah, 5 platinum. If I remember.
That should go.
That'll go far,
Pretty
yeah.
long way.
So he takes the,
And then
puts it aside.
I'm going to get a hot bowl of stew and a cold pint of ale and
Yep.
go upstairs to a room and start reading that journal.
Okay. The journal, basically, will say a lot of what Alfar and Elrond talked about, but it mentions that he met someone one evening at the Grey Oak. His name was Tavish. Kind of befriended him, talked back and forth, and tells that Tavish could barely hold his ale when he let slip he worked for the Cathedral of Shadows. In fact, he and his partner were here on a very dangerous mission and were needing a place to stay in the city. He says, Gitta says he basically was trying to, he says, I'm going to try to get them to come stay with me. Flip through, the next thing hits your mind. Tavish's partner is very odd. When I opened the door for him, like he wouldn't walk in until I actually said, "Sir, would you please come inside?" Odd individuals. Apparently he's from far south or someplace. Old, a very strange name too, Von Stranus something. Next one is, I keep waking up very tired. I don't know what it is. I can't ever get to sleep. My neck is always sore. This morning I found blood on my pillow. I think maybe I cut myself in my sleep or something. The last one, the last page of the journal says, what have I done? I thought it was a dream, but then I woke up, I saw the tools, I saw the boots, the mud on my boots. They were gone. Tavish and his master, I now know what he is. I tried to leave, but the bar across the door burned me so I feel cold and I'm always hungry. There's a hunger building in me. I don't know what I will do. The sun that burns, begins to just evolve into ramblings till now it's just like scratches across the paper and looks like that whatever was left, the pages of the journal were torn out and just thrown everywhere.
Okay, so having met Tavish the one time
Yeah.
at his store, the bookstore,
Yep.
Good. Could you please say it out loud?
the Tattered Spine.
Tattered Spine, that's it, yeah. No words.
Wasn't he a part of the coterie?
Yes.
He was not a part of the Cathedral of Shadows.
Yeah, he wasn't good at holding his liquor. He was faking being bad at
Right,
it to
okay.
spread information.
Okay.
There's a question. Would I recognize Tavish if I ever saw him? I doubt it, but
Would Tavish recognize me?
Okay. That's the main thing that I wanted to. So, unfortunately, Alfair was an unbeknownst.
He was a patsy.
Yeah, he was a patsy.
He was a patsy.
All right, I'm assuming it takes me a little while to
Yeah, because a lot of like, especially that last part, all of it's mad ravings
Right.
and kind of work through.
So I'll take that and just put it back in the,
Okay.
put it in my backpack and roll up in my. Yes.
All right.
Actually, yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll up in bed.
Okay. So while this is happening, we'll roll back about 30 or so minutes. Two of you still downstairs with Haggerty. Is he any new information?
Kind of working on that.
Did you manage to find out what happened to the kid?
That is possibly something we should speak in private about.
Fair enough.
that's right, Gallagher.
I received word from Hemlock not a few moments ago. He wrote me. It's sent a message saying that the kid was dead, but there was some strange circumstances.
Very.
Are you be staying in the city for long? Do you need to leave? Or
Sadly, I'm assuming you got it too.
I think we're leaving just as soon as we can. But
Yeah.
maybe we'll leave you in charge of setting up our estate.
We'd be
Or
not.
you find somebody there.
I'll see what I can do.
If they get this close
I
to
don't know.
Karen,
At a game, that's, I don't know if Kara knows or just you said it out loud. I thought at some point the vampire up there had somebody, Coterie said that he had come to end of his use and he was getting rid of him.
Yeah, that was a
Yes.
letter.
That was a letter.
Yeah, that was one of the letters that was written.
But that was
Iron
written
Haven.
to
I don't remember which.
the guy we killed.
Eckelhart. Eckelhart
Yeah.
was the
Right.
yeah.
So
He was supposed to take them out, but we took him out first.
no, yeah, but that was about the vampire up there.
Yeah. But what
So-
Halifar told you is that the cathedral moved in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that it was, but yeah. You get it, I have the entire thing written out here.
Putting two and two together, he's been driven down from up top to down here, and now he's going further south. Because if you follow Tavish, which is what you do, you just follow Tavish.
And that makes me want to ask you a question after this interaction from stuff from last week.
Okay.
That's all.
Anything else for him?
Yep. So we're on the way to getting Karen back. It's just gonna take a little while.
It's kind of, if it were only that easy, lads.
You still got that shield I gave you?
Yes,
That you hang on to?
it's up in my office behind my desk.
I might need to borrow it back.
It's yours anytime you need it, Ricardo. It's about this.
No, you need to try the peanuts.
Yeah. The entire time, Federer's only going, this is kind of okay.
You wanna go throw some darts?
This
Have
is
a
a
little
lot.
archery contest?
Wait, when you say that, you see him flinch.
There's a whole side of the bar or the tavern. It's
Just
a
for
dark-
just
a
for
dark
darts
area,
now.
Just
Yeah.
for darts.
All right, so Elron, you said you wanted something or
The thing I want to ask is, now that we've fought the kid, we know about the leather. When we got back and I met with my coterie contact, I was told about the raid on the Iron Haven coterie.
yes.
Does the way that the kid fight seem similar to the way that they explained their fight against the coterie was? That's what I'm worried about. So I'm going down to my basement to do, I've got 3 spells I got to cast,
Yeah.
got just enough slots. Stone shape, warding.
So you're in the basement of the house?
Yes. I'm pulling shit out of the stone, and I can see. Ain't nothing stuck in my eyes.
Give me one here.
By the way, as soon as y'all two or you three would have gotten the information
Arcana.
over the ring, I would have went back to the house. 15.
As you begin to sit down, something draws your attention to the wall between 2 sconces. You lean in, and you can swear you see like the remnants of old, like something was drawn here. And as you kind of put your hand up, you feel a slight breeze coming from behind it. Remember, they said they had to bring clerics and mages in to cleanse something from down here. You don't get a sense of any impending doom or anything from any impending.
But it feels like a secret door or
Yes.
something. Yep, start to feel.
Roll investigation.
How far would the walk from our estate to 500 feet to them, those 3 would have been? Because I just want to get in.
You want us back to the estate with you?
No, I just want y'all to know the information I know.
It'd be about an hour to walk over, so you then.
Well, not all the way to them.
You want to be just within range?
Just within range, just so you know,
45 minutes.
and then to walk
Yeah.
back. Because I don't
Okay.
want something.
It's a 10.
10. You can't really find anything.
You go sleep at the estate. Is that what
I
you
was gonna say I could.
I get to finally sleep in my bed. Bed that I can call mine.
If
do you, Haggerty, do you mind if you start some pillows and
Go
blankets?
for it, lads. There's an old linen club covered over there. Help yourselves.
And I'll go grab the
Yeah.
I gotta check a spell
You
real
want to lay in your own
quick.
bed?
Finnegan is sleeping is sound.
Yep.
There you go.
All right.
Linen pillows.
dog.
The wings kind of flare up to hold him and starts walking.
So I know where I feel this breeze coming from, right?
Yes. As you're looking, it's not like a solid line. It's like you see like around the edge. There's a crack on the edge, another crack. Just it's like the door.
I
something-
can see the edges.
Yeah.
And down here's a stone wall, right?
Yep.
Meld into stone. I'm gonna walk through it.
Okay.
Just
That's
fucking.
one way to do it.
Yeah. It's
There's a pit.
it's about a foot thick. As you step through your rows, what happened is somebody had cast a spell, mold earth or mold stone, and
To
they'd open
break-
it. And
Dude,
then
they would have to do the
close
same
it back
thing.
up,
Yeah.
You were standing inside a room that's roughly about double the size of this room we're in currently.
Okay.
Rough hewn out of the earth. In the center, a large altar, about 6 foot by 2 foot, standing about 3 feet. Curved horns coming off the edges of it. Abyssal runes covering it. And sitting on it in the center is a book.
What does the cover of the book say?
You approach.
Gonna approach.
As you approach the book, what languages do you read?
Abyssal, Undercommon, Common, Elvish.
You're looking at a book that is called the Arcanum Maleficarum.
And I'm just sitting here thinking, we gotta teach Finnegan Drake, Draconic, I got to teach Finnegan Bissell. What'd you say the name of the book was again?
Arcanum Maleficarum.
Everyone's going to the estate with armfuls of stuff like we're going to a sleepover.
Roll me a history check.
This is never good. It's never good.
It might be.
History or religion, your choice.
I'll take religion. I'll at least get something out of
Okay.
it. Hopefully. 17.
Arcanum Maleficarum.
Malefic-
Arcanum Maleficarum.
You come up with these names.
Yes. He does it to
Arcanum
watch us struggling.
Maleficarum.
Uh-huh.
Arcanum. Orcus. The demon lord of greed and death. You're staring at the book of the cult of Orcus. This is their Bible.
I don't feel anything energy-wise coming off of this, do I?
Correct. The power of Orcus is summoned through blood sacrifice, through literal like humans, like lives through blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the blood that's on this altar is old and dried. Any ritual, you get a sense you now know how they summoned the power that turned Rimbor.
Yep. I'm gonna take the book. I'm gonna shove it in my bag of normalcy because
Okay.
I don't have a nice little bag of holding like half the people do.
We were just at a
A
magic
bag
shop.
of normalcy.
Just as a magic shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
But we
point
were
out how
already
many
in a high
different
bill.
Bibles of different demons and gods we've come across? This is a normal Tuesday for us.
3.
So
Clovic Infernum, the Krivic Grimoire, and now the Arcanum Maleficarum.
The cribbage.
Hey.
Oh, the
yep.
book in influence.
So I'm gonna
The
start.
other evil book.
No, not that one. The other
Yeah, it's
other
a
one.
philosophy.
I'm basically starting. I'm starting cleanup of this altar and chipping the edges off because I'm going to use this room. I'm just saying fuck you to this altar particularly.
Make me a roll. Roll religion on. Let's do that.
Religion, that's a 16.
Or just rolled a natural one.
Knock, knock, motherfucker.
Yeah, literally like you grab one of the horns and go to smack it, and you feel the energy pull up, but you feel a familiar, comforting cold. And the energy just slowly is pushed back, and you're like,
Yep. Not today.
and you just start shit.
I'm not dealing with this tonight.
That's it, literally. You're just like, you're grabbing it, your emotions running high. You feel the demonic power start, and you're just like, fuck you.
I don't need this tonight. Then take the horns off.
Yeah.
I'm basically scrubbing the blood off of it. And then I'm going to go to the back wall, use my stone shape to pull the shape I need out of it. And you know what? And I kind of look around and go, you know what? Fuck it. I sit down at the altar, set it up, and start doing my little thing for my spell.
All right.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Grimm's picking up mattresses, throwing them outside.
Out the
As
closest
they land
window.
in a plume of spume. Just
One actually hits and just kind of.
So I'm casting Glyph of Warrant. Like, I'm pulling from this back wall, I'm pulling a stone shape that's going to be a pendant in the shape of
Stone sheep.
Mormon Car symbol.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm going to be taking the hour to cast Glyph of Warding,
Okay.
and then the single action with the 6 rings sitting next to it, so it can use any of the 6 rings
Okay.
to cast Warding Bond.
All right.
And then basically just gonna go, alright, I'll deal with this in the morning.
Okay.
Walk upstairs. It's probably gonna be around, let's see, 10 o'clock meeting.
You're
hour.
approaching midnight.
Yeah, I'm at midnight. I'm just going, I need to go.
To set up something for later, Dorothy.
Yeah.
Tonight, find the biggest tree on the property.
Yep.
Go to it, set up blanket, and then just sleep at the base.
Gotcha. Okay.
Question.
Answer.
The Clopic Infernum,
Yes.
was that the book that was in the
That's the one.
lexicon?
That's the one. The
Yes.
lexicon.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and then I have the Krivic Grimoire.
Yes.
We
I
we've
mean,
read one Bible. We have two.
The Clophic Grimoire itself has no magical ability. It is really the journal of the Arch Elven Mage Krivic. The Clophic Infernum actually has the essence of Clothis in it.
And
He's fine.
And this is
All right.
basically a Bible.
yeah, this is like, this will tell you how to make it magic. And I'm
Yeah.
going, no one needs this shit.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to get back on the roof, Montel's like, no, I'm gonna sleep in the attic. Montel, prestidigitation.
Yeah, that's
like
fine. That's
a
fine.
whole corner.
It's like you look up, see the hole that's you where your leg fell through. You move out of the way and start. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So,
this is my bed.
anything else before you?
We have attic. We have basement.
Yeah.
other
Tree?
than, like, helping
You all do notice that Finnegan is not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
question.
don't notice. I'm not coming
Uh,
upstairs.
So
I'm
trying to
going-
clean up this attic. Is there anything up
decided
here?
to take up a room.
Roll me an investigation. Sure. Let's see if we find anything.
Just because I know they said they cleaned it, but you know, cleaners get lazy upstairs. No, that's a no. That's a 9. No.
That's my wife.
All right. So, the following morning, there is bright and early, around 5 o'clock. There is a soft. Actually, originally you hear a tink, tink, tink as the door knocker falls off, and you hear a.
I would, honestly, if everybody else is trying to get a night's sleep, then I'm the only one awake right now, and I'll go answer it.
You open the door to see. You see Riccara curled up underneath one of the trees outside.
Odd that you came to the door when there's someone. I respect it. He's asleep. Good idea.
It's the
What
grass.
you got?
It's overgrown. It looks like the Amazon out there. He's hidden.
Shit.
There is a young girl standing there, looks to be about 8, 9 years old. In her hand are 6 harnesses leading to the darkest black horses you've ever seen. Their eyes, these deep, almost emerald jeweled colors. She standing there and goes, "Are you the natural ones?"
Yes, we are. Are these the favors we were looking for?
Yes, I am sent here on behalf of the Lord Halifar. These Udalarian war horses will carry you to your destination, and then they will return to us. Tell Halifar one of his debts is paid. One of our debts is paid.
And I'm gonna toss her a coin. Just
and she takes it.
I know it may not be the most, but a little bit helps everywhere.
Thank you. He kind of punched away. And when you watch, she releases the halters. The horses don't move.
These are military.
Yes.
And angry.
Udalarian war horses are the only thing that can outstrip dragonels.
Come on.
These things are the fact you got the fact you're staring at 6 of them. You're staring at about 1.2 million gold worth of horses.
They're probably the same in what would technically equate to horsepower.
Yes. A Udalarian war horse can go 100 miles in roughly 6 hours.
Fuck!
That's full break gallop, and they can keep that gallop for 18 hours straight, but that will kill them.
Yeah, yeah. So
that full gallop they cannot go more than 12 hours for.
I'm gonna lead them around to our stables where we have them while I get horses.
Outside the stable.
You start leading to the stables. You see the literal pile of like, okay, we're gonna go over here and.
Look, there's plenty of grass. Y'all eat what you want, just don't go out the gate yet.
By the way, these horses are saddled. There are saddlebags. You see there are leather holsters for swords and bows already set to them. But these are monster horses.
I don't know who's gonna wake up first, but I'm gonna be kind of. Since I woke up at like 4 o'clock now, so I've had time to explore besides this fucking thing in the basement. I found where Grim is, just kind of kept it mentally because I want to go talk to him when he gets up, but I don't want to disturb him because I've woken someone who's angry before.
Maybe just roleplay set up for later. When I wake up, I'll set out the small statue of Bahamut at the bottom of the tree.
No, not necessarily, but if you're saying
I got
awake,
from
you
Father.
might be angry.
When you
can
kind of
react.
you can see
wait
that
till
the
I actually had a friend do that.
the tree, the roots of the tree grows away. There actually is kind of like a flat raised surface. Just a little bit like work to take kind of like smooth it out. This will be a great little like base for a shrine.
Okay, I'll set it there.
That's how
Okay.
And I'll take out the TMI.
Plus, we have to go home with
Yeah.
coffee.
And it and I'll go put it up with the
I'm pretty
valves.
sure Montel
So you watch, she just kind of looks oddly at it for a moment before she
She's got so
takes
much
flying up
caffeine
into
in
the
her
bowels of the tree.
And she put up
He
there,
just
and I'll hook up
pretends to sleep.
evil. Good.
He just pretends sleep
Yes,
is
there's
so
something you
good.
do.
His body somehow reacts to it and he gets all the spells back.
Well, it's weird. You basically because Tiamat above,
before you go to bed.
Bahamut below, and the Dragonborn in the roots of the tree. So you
But,
actually.
you know, there's chromatic and metallic, but then gems in between, so.
What'd you just do to our tree?
Did you
We'll get
just
to that
pick
later.
a
Okay.
just fly a tree?
Fighting over it right now.
We'll get to that later. Okay.
Who can fight dragons in our yard fighting?
All right. So, anything else?
I know when Montel gets up, he's going to be like, okay, before we go anywhere else, I need to go buy more coffee.
So did you check the kitchen and the larder?
Sure. I kind of checked through it, and I could go and just go
Deadly,
see what
deadly.
seems passable, and just purify food. Put it in front of me and go purify food and drink. Kind of start getting stuff together for eating.
Roll. Not gonna be roll. You'll find a lot of the you found a cake that you're pretty sure you could use that Grim could use as a step stool.
It's a fruit cake, of course.
You see a
It's not
jar.
even that old.
You see a jar that as you open it, you're like, cream corn, lovely. Deviled ham. Oh no, that's bad.
We're good.
You do find like some dried meats and stuff that while they would have lasted, they're starting just now to go bad. You have to purify this.
Behold, this lovely plate of salmonella. I'm gonna go down
upstairs at Haggerty's and grab a couple of muffins and a
Oh, fresh muffins, sausage, bacon, oatmeal, just.
Once I do that, I'm going to step outside, cast fly on myself, and I'm going to the temple.
Okay. What if I just imagine the lore actually, you step out with your coffee, just grab your pants and lift yourself up in the air?
Yeah, let's go with that from now on. I have suspenders.
All right. So you're heading to the Grand Cathedral, the temple. In Port Blayven, it's one singular temple, cathedral, and just all the good aligned gods have a shrine here. The shrine to Morvencar is more of a mosaic in the ground, the floor leading out to where the boneyard is. And Bahamut has a natural shrine outside the temple.
I'm gonna go inside and look for someone that appears to be important.
There are several acolytes around. There are
So many
clerics.
important people.
Like what kind of importance? Like the
Yeah. I'll just walk up to somebody and say, like, who has the fanciest robes?
okay. Sure. One of the
That's a good out.
I mean, in a temple, yeah, it makes sense.
there's a cleric standing there, appearing to have some rank of authority to them.
Okay. Greetings.
As you
Finnegan Tenderfoot of the Lexicon Sophist and of the Natural Ones.
actually no. So you walk up and he turns to
How do you
you.
do, sir?
Turns and goes, oh, hello. Holden Hinderthane, at your service. How may I help you?
Mr. Hinderthane, my friends and I are going to kill a vampire. And I was curious if you guys had any specialized weapons or magical items to assist with that.
Just kill a vampire.
A really old one.
Well, we have holy water that we can.
How much?
Usually it is 1 vial for 5 gold pieces.
No, what? How many vials?
Oh!
We're gonna loot it in a fire truck and just go up.
We're not fucking around.
On a 19, because apparently this church's been getting after it.
I mean, shit's getting weird. You gotta be ready.
Not many people are calling for blessings recently. I believe we currently have 9 vials prepared. That I can sell to you with no issue.
For how much?
At 5 gold apiece. So 45 bucks.
Okay. Y'all gotta know how to get shit done.
I believe somewhere we could perhaps procure for you a periap of protection against the undead.
Okay.
Basically, any undead within 10 feet of you have a disadvantage and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That one's a little more expensive at 300 gold pieces.
How many did you get?
On a 19, I will give him this many. Jesus. Okay, well.
We get Jesus to help us fight vampires?
We apparently have 3 in our reliquary at the moment.
Just another 900. So you're 945.
So how much did you give us? 45 gold for the
45.
For all the holy water.
945.
I didn't ask for some of your holy water. I asked for all of it.
That's what I was just saying.
Make a list of all the things I'll make cards for here.
Let's see how much gold I got left.
Don't forget my gloves.
I'm writing it down.
Cleric going to see.
Oh. What exactly does the period do?
Okay. It's any undead that comes within 10 feet of you has disadvantage on attacks against you, with advantages on saves against their abilities. Like there's like for zombies, the save to take the damage from their bite, vampires to resist the vampirism bite, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I will.
That's only if they're within 5 feet of their resistance.
That's
And
actually up to
three
him.
There are 3, yes.
Not up to me, that's up to
Yep.
him. I don't have a mechanic for that I know of.
This is an important question.
I'll take all 3.
All right.
Just left Finnegan. Fine.
Bless this jug. You have anything that'll make daylight?
On a natural one, no. Did you know?
Okay, just give me that stuff.
All right. The church thanks you for your hours.
Yes. Yes.
That's literally what I did.
So Montel, what were you jumping around over there
No,
for?
that's not daylight. That's dark.
Can he make holy water as a cleric?
It's. I mean, there's a ritual to it, but it's possible. Yes. I believe it takes 7 days to make holy water.
That's the downside.
Yeah.
Like working hours over 7 days.
5 hours for 7 days. Yeah. 5 hours a day for 7 days.
So what is periaptic protection from undead?
Yes.
No,
I don't know if 5e has a copy of it. I know. I think it was
3.5
3.5 on the older version.
So that's
For what?
Periapt of
8 hours
protection
of
against the
work,
undead or
8 hours
something, or
of
an amulet of
sleep.
protection
You
against the
got 8 hours
undead.
to do something.
Maybe amulet of
Yeah.
protection against evil or
Instead,
something.
he
notice.
8 hours work.
I'll have to
8
check
hours
on the
work.
closet now.
4 hours work.
If it's not, I know what I want to do. I'll just make it up.
Yeah.
All right. So you're collecting that. What are the rest of you guys doing?
like I said,
Waking
I'm waiting
up.
for him to wake up.
Okay. Zagrim wakes up.
Wake up.
Crack all the bones. Reset some.
So Grim, which room did you take?
One with a bed.
What with the bed? Yeah, that's the only stipulation there was.
No.
That's the only.
All right.
That's
Wait,
the only
you threw all the
stipulation
beds
you put.
out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are bad and moldy, you throw them out.
All the beds got thrown out the window.
Yeah.
You
I
actually
slept on the bed frame. So
Say what?
what?
How about this? You found a place that had a very, what you thought was a thick, lush carpet, but when you woke up, you realized you're laying on a massive bearskin rug in the trophy room of this house.
Appropriate.
And I sleep in a very strangely sexy
Yeah.
pose.
And I'm just sitting like, Graham, are you up? I didn't need this morning. I didn't need it
now.
last night.
I am now.
Oh, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
So,
Day. It just started.
yours just started.
Before the crack of dawn.
Yeah, I touched the ass crack of dawn.
Actually, you're correct. I'll tell you after this.
So,
So what you
The
want?
daylight stuff.
you know how we talked about
It's
you
not Sunbeam?
feeling like you wanted
Sunbeam is
Oh,
light.
okay.
to do more, or you felt like you could do more.
Yeah. I remember.
I was working on something, and I think I might have a way you can.
What you mean?
So he's going to take one of the 6 rings and the pendant and hand it to you. I want you to take this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take one of the rings. And I'm going to, like, using it as a display. I've made one for everyone.
Okay.
If you feel that there's more you can do for any one of us, just say a prayer. I don't care. You can do it to Mormon card. You can do it to the universe, to the God of your choice. And then I want you to put that pendant on.
Okay. Then what?
Then you do what you do best. You fight, you protect, and we will have your back. I don't know how else to explain what this will do for you. I want you to understand the weight of being able to do more. What it does to you mentally, what it does to you physically. Just because you can do more doesn't mean you'll be able to. And sometimes, even when you're able to, it doesn't mean you should. We think we know where we're going. We will get
Yeah.
him back for you, but I want you to understand if push comes to shove with what we're dealing with, The thing we're facing, I want you to remember, is not your friend anymore. The person who he was is what's in here and what's in here. Anything that is in that body is not him.
I think I understand. Alright.
And if you like how that works, just come see me after you use it and we'll work out something else and see how it feels for you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hand you your card.
Well, thank you.
As everyone begins to wake up and gathers in the foyer, Finnegan shows up, kicking the door as he's overloaded down by every vampire hunting object he could lay his hands on.
Including a few things that he doesn't know how he got.
It's like he stopped somewhere and just got rows of garlic all around him.
Look, the food is not
Silver
great,
steaks.
but I don't need all the seasoning. It's something more than garlic.
As you all mount the horses, as you prepare to ride out, leaving Port Blayven once again behind you, turning south, Elrond leading the charge, remembering the path shown by Halifar, the map to the safe passage through the Grim Past to Grim Crest proper in your hand. It's going to take several days to get there. Not going to make any rolls or anything, because believe me, when we get there, there'll be a fighting enough. And with that, we will end for the evening, as it is almost 10 o'clock exactly. Thank you all, D&D TikTok, for joining us this evening. Those of you who popped in on YouTube, we appreciate it. I'm sorry I had to cut back in. From now on, we're going to be using this camera, which the angle is great. I love that. We want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the story. A little bit of combat this evening, a lot of role play, a lot of story. Unfortunately, our dear friend Beck is only with us for one more Sunday, so we hopefully we can have the massive fight with them here with us to help us out.
She actually gets to do something.
They actually do something, yeah. Hey, look, some of the best players are the ones that wait till it's their turn and they strike.
Yeah, like Crowley.
And strike.
And strike.
Thank you all so very, very much. One more time. Those of you watching on D&D, on TikTok, on YouTube, thank you for your support, for the likes, the follows. We're almost at 50,000 likes on right now. Thank you guys so
Did you
very,
see what we're at
very
follows?
much. Not yet. I did see at one
You
point.
want me to say?
At one point we topped over 500 viewers. Thank you guys so much. I get excited seeing all these people coming in and watching us. So from all of us here at the Hive in Macomb, Mississippi. Now everybody can see me. I am Kenneth, a.k.a. Southern D&D, speaking for my natural ones. Guys, anything else to say to them?
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
Also, don't forget to, on YouTube, like and subscribe. Here on TikTok, follow me. Please join my Discord. We've got so much stuff happening. I've got the big 10K giveaway coming up. I want all of you to be a part of that. Thank you all so very, very much. And from all of us here at the Hive, we wish you many grand adventures, and I will see you guys later.
And then there's. Go ahead and stream on this.
Yep.
Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.